Welcome everybody. Welcome once again for the TG Diamond League here live on the CE Legacy. Wronged fucking title already. CE. So connecting esports channel on Twitch, Mixer and YouTube. Watch us on all three platforms. Stay tuned, follow our socials to know when we go live. And today I'm joined by my fellow caster, Gwang.
Yes, hello.
Hello indeed.
Everybody joining in on this lovely Tuesday afternoon, evening.
Yeah, it's rather an evening already. We got a few interesting matches coming up, at least two, depending on how the games go, maybe three. So it's going to be today, as you can see in this title on Twitch. If it's not updated, just refresh the browser real quick, but it should say that it's ELG Sports versus CE Legacy. So that's an interesting opponent. I know a few guys from both teams actually. So very looking forward to that one. And yeah, boys. So let me know your predictions in chat. Let me know if sound is okay. Let me know if everybody's seeing everything correctly. All the feedback is always appreciated.
Yeah, as you said, this is going to be a very interesting game. And so far, it's actually added a little bit of an ante to this game because before the season kicked off, on many people's prediction page, it was said that Legacy and ELG Sports would have been the teams that are fighting for that first place. Mm-hmm. But ELG Sports just hasn't had a good performance. They dropped the game against Big Biceps, and I believe it was Justice, if I looked that correctly. No, Restore Hope.
They lost against Restore Hope, indeed, and the other one was, as you said, Big Biceps.
Yeah, so ELG Sports is just I'm not ready to get onto the panic train to Crazy Town quite yet, but ELG Sports just hasn't really been showing their A game, really, you could say. They've just been having, you could say, poor drafts going in, poor team fights, poor decisions in game. But now that they are fighting against CE Legacy, I want to see that if they fix their issues they had with the team. And I'm hoping this will be a very good series. I'm hoping for a 3-game series right now. And if you can just give me confirmation that we have the standings on the screen.
Yeah, standings should be on screen right now, and they should be updated because it's now a browser source, so it's going to be updated automatically. I'm just going to double check with the website so that you guys don't get any wrong information, but by my last look at it, it should have been exactly like it is right now. So Legacy 8 points and then 666, 444, 22. Yeah, it's correct. Exactly the standings as they are shown on the website from Challenger Mode. Make sure to always check out that space. It's called challengermode.com/s/connecting esports, and you'll find our space just reserved for us where we announce all of our tournaments. We have a lot of tournaments coming. Also, we do not appreciate other languages than English in the chat. No, we're live, but yeah. Anyways, as I got confirmation from the teams, you're gonna have a
virtual draft.
Yeah, the virtual draft. Sorry, I was just reading.
Yeah, I'm thinking that you're also managing the stream as well, yes. So I can so virtual draft coming in for ELG Sports and CE Legacy. So we're gonna get into the banning and picking phase very shortly on. But yes, Legacy is still going undefeated on the league with 4 games played. They still have 3 games to play, so there are 6 points to still gather for the team. So Legacy could be securing a playoff spot right here if they manage to get the win over ELG Sports. And ELG Sports, still fighting to even be in condition for the playoff spot. They're currently sitting on the 5th spot with a tied on 4th space with 4 points. So they are fighting for every crucial point they can get.
Indeed. So we got ELG Sports on blue side starting off this time, and Sea Legacy is going to be on the red side. And we're going to be hopping into our lovely intermission screen just so you guys see it once. And then we should be going into our draft as well. I'm going to check if both teams are ready. Stream is ready. And then we're going to have our draft coming up really soon.
Yeah, just to point out that with the new patch, Aphelios is banned automatically on this patch. It's pretty broken, so that is going to be off the table. Won't be seeing that today, but yeah, here we go. Banning phase has been started out, and immediately the Heimerdanger has been taken away from Unforgiven.
Well, Unforgiven or Daz here, because Daz is actually Heimerdinger 1-twig, but Unforgiven has been playing it once or twice in the bot lane, trying it out, and it's also a good flex pick. Now the Irelia is the responsive from Sea Legacy.
Yeah, coming up with an Irelia ban. That is a target ban against Winter on that top lane. Could also be a flex pick, but I'm expecting that to be against Winter on the top lane.
Yeah.
It's also Winter hasn't really had the best of games. He's had the Vladimirs on the top lane, and it's not really been that successful on the lane. Not really getting to transform to anything for his team. So could be thinking that could be a potential ban, or maybe even forcing Winter onto the Vladimir if Legacy feels they can outplay around that Winter's Vladimir.
Very fast bans actually coming out here from Legacy. They just immediately ban, like they take 2 seconds. Meanwhile, ELG Sports took their time to ban the first 2 champions, but then a fast Caitlyn to follow this one up. So the first 3 bans are done for blue side. Legacy with their last ban before we go into the first pick, and we will see which priority pick these teams have.
Oh, so there's Olaf, there's Kiana. No, it's Jarvan actually getting banned out. It's Nevermore's most played, at least here in TJ Diamond League.
Okay, that's a Jarvan ban. So actually banning themselves, their most played jungler on Technocrat, and then picking the Xayah on the ELG Sports side, followed up by an Olaf on Sea Legacy side. So Olaf, very strong, very, well, unstoppable, as his ultimate indicates. But now that second ban, so they have 2 different priorities. Okay, Xayah is one of the strongest champions, and with banning the Caitlyn out, that's like the other strong ADC gone, but it doesn't mean that there's no other strong bot lanes available.
Could be looking to deny the Rakan pick. No, he's actually going with Yuumi, so Rakan is now Xayah Rakan lane open for ELG Sports.
By leaving it open, you force them also to pick a support and not got 2 other priority picks, so who knows? And they're gonna hover it. And
I think it's a smart choice. It brings out a little bit more than any other support would with the synergy with Xayah, so it's a smart pick.
But you have to remember that you're not going to be able to counter pick anyways in the second rotation because you're on blue side, so picking up the Rakan is But yeah, so one last pick to be done on the blue side from ELG Sports. It's actually Sports, it's Sport, right? Did I do a type? No, it's ELG Sports. Okay, it's correct.
ELG Sports, yeah.
Just making sure.
So I'm thinking maybe a top lane pick for Winter here, because you don't want to go into more banning for the top laner and just marginalize the picks that Winter can play on the top lane. Hovering over the Nocturne, we have seen it flexing over the mid lane and the jungle. I think it's teams are favoring more of a mid lane Nocturne. It's sort of like a poor man's Kiana on the mid lane, but yep, gets locked in. So Nocturne pick has come in, and Legacy hovering over. No, actually just straight out picking the Ezreal. So Ezreal Yuumi bottom lane. Garen was also available.
But Ezreal Yumi is really, really strong. Don't forget that. It's like one of the strongest bot lanes now, poke-wise. And against Zaya or Khan that have full engage, you can play safe, you can play back, you don't need to play to your bot lane, your jungle doesn't need to give you attention. And then Olaf doesn't like to gank bot lane anyway, so in my opinion, very smart pick up here. And following that up with a Kassadin ban, taking some of that late game out.
Yeah, Mark has been also having great times with the Kassadin. So I think it's a smart ban coming out. There's a Nocturne, but there's also the flex possibility. So just
and if you
banning that
consider
out.
right now, there's no champion on the legacy side that is able to be killed instantly by the Nocturne. Well, Ezreal, yes, if he falls behind and Nocturnes get really fat, but even then you have a Yuumi sitting on you with ultimate and heal, and you have yourself the Arcane Shift to get away. So definitely no one-shot targets available just yet.
Technically, Nocturne could, with the perfect timing, could get the spell shield against the Yumi's third wave of stun with the ultimate. So there's also a chance. It's just to see how well either Mars or Nevermore plays that Nocturne.
But then again, Ezreal likes to go into that, what's it called? Glacial Fist? No, Iceborne Gauntlet.
Iceborne Gauntlet. Yes, I got it first.
Okay.
yeah. There's a ping delay from all the way.
Actually, it seems like ELG Sports is a bit scared of the top lane here, banning out the Riven and the Renekton to carry top laners here. Dominate top laners.
Yeah, I think they want to set up Winder for a nice lane matchup. So I think they already have a top laner picked out for them. I feel like so
they definitely have something in mind.
Yeah,
we shall see if Legacy is gonna flex their mid and top, or if they're just gonna straight up pick a main top laner or main mid laner. Taking a bit of time here.
Yeah, final seconds coming in. We're soon going to get an idea of what the solo laner is going to be, or if it's even a jungle.
I'm excited to see this. Okay. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, yes, it's a good blind pick. I agree, but yet again, that's a good blind pick. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll come back to it as Orin gets picked up and Cassiopeia, so that is going to be a Nocturne jungle for Nevermore.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that flex pick possibility of the Nocturne jungle, but Nocturne mid against Corki is definitely something you don't want to have. However, the Corki into Cassiopeia is not as bad as it seems. Now, the counter pick to the top lane available, are they going to go for something aggressive? Are they going to go for something team-oriented? Right now, we just have one front line and a lot of damage. And a lot of mobility as well on your carries.
Yeah, if I can just quickly get Keylayer's most played. He's played Camilla, Shen, Ryze on the top lane so far this preseason. I don't know, it's a Kayle. Wow. Kayle getting picked up, so...
That's interesting.
You know, I'm seeing a pattern here. I think they want to try enabling Olaf as much as they can.
Yeah, I definitely see that as well. I mean, that seems a really interesting draft. Let's see if they can pull it off. I'm excited about this one. It's going to be a nice game.
Yeah. Could there also be a possibility of a Kayle jungle, perhaps?
Well, we shall see. We're hopping into the champion selection right away. And then we will see, indeed, what is going on.
Yep. Same bands gonna come in, and then players are going to pick their respective lane champions, so we're gonna see them in order.
Okay. One second. Yeah, my client is bugged.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, we know the band, so there's nothing that we're gonna miss. I'm just gonna quickly transition to here while I fix the scene.
Yeah.
Because there's something that's not okay. Hello, league client, why you do this to me?
I see that someone else also had a bug on the picking screen where there was a bug splat or something, and then it bugged out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that's good. So we don't have to.
Okay, yeah.
We are
restart back. There we go. The league being a bit iffy like always, but we fixed it in the end, so nothing.
Yeah. So already we see that Kayle is going to be the top lane, and Olaf is in the jungle for Technocraft. So that is now locked in. So we're gonna see the lane matchups.
I mean, no surprises here. We have seen this already. So maybe now we can talk a bit about the matchups here. We know that Dion into Kayle, it's favoring Dion early on, but then the longer the game goes, of course, Kayle has this chance to outrange and outdamage Dion. But it all comes down to jungle attention. And yeah, Nocturne really thrives of getting early leads. So if he gets an advantage early on, like 1 kill or 1-2 assists, that would be great for him. Same for Cassiopeia, actually, insane lane bully, and the longer it goes, the higher the kill pressure for that champion. But then again, Corki on the other side as well, he just needs his key items, and then you basically are enabled to do whatever you want on the map, because you can't get punished with package or your W available. You always have that escape.
Yeah, Marsk has to have his A-game boots on if he wants to make Geishir's life a little bit that much difficult.
So the only reason why I would give an edge to Winter's team, so the ELG sports side, would be like the Rakan Xayah bot lane. They have an early ability to full engage as soon as they hit level 2, level 3. So if Nocturne prioritizes that lane, he could pick up some free kills, or if the Rakan chooses to roam to the mid lane, that's going to be enough CC together with the Cassiopeia E to shut down that Corki. But yeah, I really see them having a hard time getting to Legacy, but in the other way around, I really see Legacy having a hard time getting to the carries in this composition, because the Rakan and On are really beefy together with the Cassiopeia E and the Xayah ultimate and the Nocturne Darkness. So there's like a lot of abilities that disable and engage from Olaf. So yeah, they both picked really smart, in my opinion. And yeah,
it's looking a lot better drafting already from ELG. So now we just have to see if the in-game mechanics have been improved from their previous 2 games.
Yeah,
that's sadly on a 2-game losing streak at the moment. So I'm sure they wanna fix that right up against the undefeated team in DJ Diamond League of CE Legacy.
Yeah. So with the spectator delay coming in, we got 3 minutes to analyze this a bit more. Obviously, we see summoners here. Yuumi, of course, no flash, just the ignite exhaust. Then the teleport on the Ezreal, enabling him to have a really good chance to back early on and get his items, his tier, or whatever he's going to go for. Sheen, I don't even know the Ezreal builds nowadays. And then Xayah, of course, with the traditional heal, no TP coming from the ADC, but TP on the Cassiopeia, so very confident here into that matchup of the Corki, not picking an exhaust against the Olaf, or like a cleanse maybe, but you don't really need it and don't have hard CC, so just picking the TP, being sure to be that split push power in the late game as well, together with Dion. And yeah, I think they want to be able to open up the map, send the Nocturne in between this On and Cassiopeia that are pushing the side lanes in the later mid game, and then the Nocturne's going to be the one that flies in and turns 1v1 around to a 2v1, or even in the mid lane when Xayah or Rakan are having a nice engage, you could see that Nocturne coming in. And it all comes down to communication on the side of Legacy. If they're gonna be able to call out the Nocturne and where he is, I think they will have a chance to either get an objective in return or have great rotations. We shall see, as we are gonna load into the game in just a second.
Yeah, there is a lot of map pressure with the triple TP. Technically a quadra TP with Yuumi being able to just catch a ride with anyone. Also, Yuumi did get a slightly minor buff to her kit as available. I think the Q does slightly more damage as earlier and later on, but it was tweaked a little bit. So whenever she goes on to from unattached to attached to someone, it will be a 1 second delay. So there could be a chance for Rakan to catch Yuumi on. It's a small window, but it's a bigger window than it was before.
Definitely. So 30 seconds on the clock before we're gonna get into that game. I'm really excited about this one. I really want to see some spicy team fights. But then again, looking at these compositions, I also think both of these teams are actually gonna be, how do you say this, scaling to the mid to late game. But yeah, it's not really scaling. It's more like getting to them the items, because that kid is insane no matter what. But yeah, let's see who gets their Trinity Force, who gets their Word of Ages, Archangel stuff, and whatever these guys are gonna buy. First completed with the last 2 seconds running off and with us loading in. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Once again, you guys are still on screen for just a second before we go into that loading screen.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the loading screen. We're gonna see if there's any funky Keystone masteries that have been picked up. As soon as the screen comes up, here we go.
Yeah.
And it looks...
There we go.
Pretty ordinary. I think to press the attack on Kale is slightly off the norm. No Conqueror on Kale. And also the Airy on Yumi. We normally see the Arcane Comet.
Well, that is also really good, considering it also buffs your shield and your heals. Like, it gives you a shield if you heal somebody. So that's not too bad.
Yeah. It's a change. A welcome change. We're gonna see if it's an adaptation to the current patch with Yumi. If it's gonna be played any differently as was on the earlier patches, but here we go. Into the game.
Yeah, with that being said, we are indeed into the game. We see standard lineup here, nothing too fancy. Everybody's just hovering their positions. Corky's in the mid lane saying, "Hi there, I'm here." And everybody stays really quiet.
Okay, this is really annoying because automatically my spectator mode put me on 30-second delay even more. So there we go. So 1 minute into the game.
Yeah,
we're all on the same page. We don't have what we had with Alex, that we were slightly offbeat.
I mean, if we need, I can always stream to Discord.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm on live now.
Cool. Yeah. With that being said, there's the red buff about to spawn in just 5 seconds here, and then we're gonna have parallel jungle coming up.
No? But
standard jungle.
But junglers starting on the bottom side of their camps, looking to move towards the top lane. So I think this is a great read from Legacy. They're realizing that Nocturne would most likely gonna put pressure onto the top lane to get Winter ahead, and even more, put Keylager behind on that Kale. So I'm expecting them to meet up on the top lane. As you already see the power of Xayah.
Almost taking Q hits, I think it would have been a really good trade here for Unforgiven, because you gotta remember, yes, Rakana has the Q, but he didn't start Q, so he's not gonna have that early heal, and Yumi just, Ezreal's already back to full HP. Like, he didn't lose anything in that trade.
Yeah, there we go. A little bit of poke coming up already, so I think it's gonna be looking like it's gonna be a great lane for Unforgiven and no real life.
But then again, everybody takes cookies nowadays, so Malik just hasn't procced his yet, while Unforgiven already used this pot. So we're gonna see.
I think he's taking some bit of lifesteal from the Doran's blade as well. But already Technograph being ahead of Nevermore on the jungle clearance, he's already on the last camp, while Nevermore is still taking up his blue buff. So Technograph is gonna have the beat on Nevermore on that top lane.
Yeah, he was faster, and so with his blue buff still on him, he's gonna be able to have a faster recall. Okay, I thought he would have gone for something, but then again, kill is really useless early on, so smart decision here to extend his lead by recalling early, being out on the map faster, and picking up what is gonna spawn in just a second here.
Yeah, he dropped the ward in the tribe rush on the top lane as well, just to see that if Nevermore is gonna come in for a gank. So that is now Keyway pretty safe with the lane also pushing against her. Actually, the Light's slowly going to push against. Well, he's still gonna be in a favorable position.
Yeah. Yeah, we see him on the map here taking up the crap Olaf while Kale is getting bullied here in top lane. I don't want, I would not step into that bush.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to burn. No.
Okay, he had his W, so he knows exactly the limits. But that was playing with fire, man. Literally.
Oof. Yeah, I'm playing with fire. Technograph could be looking for a gank on the Casio. Was hovering over by the wolf camp. Not the wolf camp, but the raid camp. Rather, but decided not to. Just gonna go back to farming as Winter is just putting the hammer down on the key layer, but he might be able to turn this around.
Seems like top lane is actually going back and forth now. So Kidada knowing the exact limitations of his champions, burning to his last corruption potion, but then he has cookies to back him up. While Winter's still having his last tick of the second potion. And he got himself a ruby crystal, so more HP.
That is one of the benefits of Ornn. You don't need to go back to get items, and now again,
I'm pretty sure I was in range for the knockup.
Yeah, would you be at least be able to get the flash off, and now Keylayer is in no man's land as he's being forced into the alcove, drops the ward, gets slowed, and there's the flash for the first blood. Winter strikes blood.
It's not too bad. I wouldn't even have expanded the flash after Ornn flashed. I would have just died and then took the TP to get back to lane, because then you have a flash advantage. Now you're enabling yourself to be, well, ganked by the Nocturne, who's close to level 6, and yeah, that's unfortunate here.
Yeah, and I love this reaction immediately from Malik and Kako. Winter got the kill on the top lane, so the call was that Technocraft could be hovering over the top lane, so immediately go drop a deep ward on the blue buff, and now Technocraft is hovering over for a gank. No flash available, but the ward spots him out and forces them away, and now gets turned around as they are fighting, but he might be able to change around. Divine Justice comes through and keeps him alive as they're gonna get the kill, but they get the kill back, and Winter could be looking for a second one, double kill. Yeah. Potentially on this top lane, there comes much damage, and there's the dash and the double kill for Winter.
So carry on, seeming to put on his pants here. Whew. Wow, that's a nice trade here. Kale actually great ultimate here, saving the Olaf that was chain CC'd for quite a bit. Not available of his ultimate just yet, otherwise that would have been a completely different fight. But yeah, well played here by Kale to press that ultimate in the correct time. But then ELG Winter, just that strong horse in the top lane, making sure, showing the CE Legacy side who's boss. And yeah, 3-0, 300 gold shutdown. This guy is sitting on an average of, let me look, 3,000 gold to 2,000 gold. So that's a 1k gold difference. And that's also the 1k gold difference that we see overall in the map.
Yeah, and that deep ward that ELG Sports drop has spotted Olaf on that blue buff. They should be aware that he is here. They saw him coming down, but he's now getting a little bit of an ambush as the grand entrance comes through. A little bit of a knockup, but there's Nevermore. He turns it around. Malik gets one kill onto Techno. Second kill over to Nevermore. Now looking for that alone Yuumi. The cat has nowhere to go. Then Naka comes through and Kako gets the kill. 3 kills for 3 members of ELG Sports.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, ELG Sports here on a losing streak, but they definitely do not seem as they want to lose yet again. Constant trades, constant picking them off early on, knowing that if it goes to late game, the enemy team has 3 very, very strong carries.
Yeah, and this is exactly what ELG Sports wanted. They got Winter ahead, and now he is in a very comfortable place against this late matchup against Keylayer, as meanwhile on the map, Nevermore was able to pick up the first dragon of the game. It was an Inferno. So a little bit of an attack boost for every member, especially for Winter, who's just going to be harassing Keylayer even more.
Yeah, now all it comes down to is literally getting your items. But then again, Ezreal dying is not really a big deal. It's Ezreal. It's not gonna be
Ooh,
changing
another
anything.
knockout comes
There's
through.
a pause.
Yep, so Kako having a little bit of a lag spikes coming in, so just gonna pause that up, see if the lag spikes will go away. It's not something that you want. Your team is 3k called ahead, and your support is lacking. That is not.
Yeah, 2.1k gold difference indeed. And we see the Dragon Ping picked up here by the size of ELG Sports, being that Infernal Drake as you mentioned. So next up we're gonna have, what is that? A Wind Drake? Yeah, Wind Drake coming up. And Herald is still on the plate, the first and the second one. So maybe we will see some attention towards that as both junglers are in the top quadrant right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Technocraft can really contest for that Herald with Winter getting so far ahead. Already
but Kayle and
kills.
Olaf ultimate are up already. Meanwhile, the darkness from Nocturne is not up whatsoever. And I'm pretty sure Corki is able to rotate a bit faster due to him being able to buy boots, while Cassiopeia can't buy boots and relies on his champion to scale.
Yeah, but does have the TP available, so if they drop a ward down, they could fight it. And with the Kayle, yes, being available, but if you put it on the Olaf, that means Kayle is all unprotected, so they could just change focus over to Keylater, kill him off. And I don't think Olaf has kill pressure yet in this game, so Herald could be in favor for ELG Sports.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, here, just see Kayle being bullets, picked up the lifesteal, Vampiric Scepter is gonna be able to life steal a bit and sustain a bit longer in lane, while Winter's just gonna rely on buying HP and his potions.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling when you buy all the damage items you can, and then on the other side, Ornn is just buying tank items, but he does more damage. Even now, Winter actually a little bit caught out. Here comes the Ragnarok. And it was immediately look out, Nevermore now goes over to the Kayle, should be able to pick up the kill, yes he does, but in the cost of a double kill over to Technocraft.
That's good for Olaf, but very lucky that the Nocturne ultimate came up just in time. But this is really nice for Kayle and Olaf, both getting an assist and a kill here.
Yeah, now all of a sudden it is Legacy that could have the fast lane over to the Herald. Technocraft has started out. No TP available for Winter, so has to walk all the way, so this should be...
Yeah, there should be 3 Heralds, considering Des has that priority on the mid lane here, as well as the bot lane actually being a bit pokey now, pushing the Ezreal out, but making use of that Guardian to not get bullied too much in lane. And we see overall we have 2 tower platings going over to the ELG Sports side. So that's some gold that you want to use. But then again, Herald being picked up just now, and with a few more minutes left, might be more plating to come.
Yeah, Kako, he wants that knock up, and there he goes. So he uses the quickness first. Great move. Forces him down, and the Featherstorm comes down, and that is a fast kill over to Unforgiven.
Yeah, not having his flash available is going to cost him there, so that's a dead Unforgiven. Not respecting the bush presence of the Rakan.
Yeah, I think he was just expecting the knockout to come through first, but was not really expecting the quickness being used first for the taunt.
Yeah, no chance whatsoever to react to that. That was really well played here by the ELG Sports side. Still, gold not that far split. It's actually just 2.8, 2.5, something around there. So we have some... Oh, Olaf is gonna say like, hey man, I'm back.
Yep.
But are they gonna be able to kill him?
No, with Nevermore coming up, they could be turning this on. KOD not available. Cassio came down with the TP as well, and Nevermore is gonna get the kill on the Technocraft. Looking for KO now. No ult is still available.
Gets the last ult.
Gets 1 kill back with the burst of his damage on the
That's good. You blew a TP from your mid laner, to get that kill, so it was really nice rotation by Cassiopeia, but she ended up just getting an assist, so Nocturne being the one to pick up the kills here. But Kayle getting that return kill, and you know, Kayle is just a ticking time bomb. All she needs is time. If it doesn't matter if she's 0 and 6, if she's 7 and 0, she's gonna be able to... okay.
Oh, Marks is feeling confident. Oh, if only he would have gotten the ulti.
Yeah, I think if he ulted him, it would have been enough slow, and then you can still flash afterwards. But the ult, of course, is gonna stop your movement, so maybe that's why he didn't go for this.
Could be. Did spend the flash as well, but it was a flash in return for Dacier, so only the teleport available on the mid lane for Legacy.
So far, they have a high amount of pressure on the map at all time, so they're using that perfectly. But yeah, nothing's out of the picture just yet. Cassiopeia is gonna feel really, really confident now with that one support, one assist, giving her the Archangel staff. Meanwhile, on the top side, completed the first item as well. It's gonna be that Sunfire Cape. And bot lane yet again.
Oh, doesn't get the quickness. Oh, he was a good at there. Mark also came down from the mid lane.
Yet again. ADC's flash down. So they're keeping constantly pressure, and that's gonna give them a free Drake.
Oh, Winter also teleported down to the mid lane just to make sure no blading goes over to the Corki, and they... No, turret blading just goes to waste.
No, I think whoever puts on the herald gets the plating gold.
Okay, so that's a change.
Yeah, but if Daz was not in range, then he's not gonna get some plating gold. So this was just plating gold for Technocrat, giving him that gold in that pocket.
Yeah, he's slowly becoming the carry force for Legacy. It's really the only looking like the only carry force right now. Mid laner still hasn't opened up his kill account. Bottom lane has died a total of 3 times already. Yeah. Kayle has gotten 2 kills, but also 4 deaths over, so he's been just feeding Winter a little bit of an extra money. And now Marks could be looking for Dacier again. Has the Petrifying Gaze available, but
nothing too fancy happening. Just clearing some vision, being a bully.
Oh, here comes Ragnarok.
That's a flash. Wow.
Yeah. Respect flash. He knows that if Oak gets onto you, also the ulti gets burned.
I think Nocturne was looking here to go on Daz, but Daz smartly plays exactly his limit and backs off with that Corki in the mid lane.
Yeah, also Technograph was right there, so...
Yeah, but they don't know that supports Nuke his way up into that bush. He's gonna sit in that side lane now, in that side bush, just waiting to engage. They have no vision there, Legacy, so they do not know that he's there.
The one time you would want vision on that Prosh is when the support is on a pinch. But no vision, so no collapse on the Kako.
Yeah, just be cold, so Daz is gonna check into this bush with no one being in it. Clearing some vision here and there. So overall, CS lead in the mid lane for Legacy, CS lead in the top lane for ELG Sports, and quite even in the bot lane, but of course these 2 kills gonna give him an advantage of 900 gold to 1000 gold here for the Xayah. But besides that, we see actually a close game.
That is it. That it is. ELG Sports has really stepped up, but now it's questioned if they can maintain that pressure.
Yeah. And something spooky here with the Ocean Drake being the one affecting the map. You have more bushes, so more face checks, of course. And, well, later on the ultimates from Kayle and Olaf are gonna be not that long timer anymore, so you can use it more often. But right now, if you face check a bush and you have to, well, proc both ultimates just to escape with your life, it's gonna be really good and give the enemy team a lot of pressure on the map. So they're definitely gonna look towards every one of these bushes, even if there's like 10 more.
Yeah, still, Unforgiven I think Unforgiven has just been the man left behind by Legacy. Has not really had any help.
Yeah, but then again, he's perfectly fine, I think. He's got his Sheen, he's looking towards the Iceborne Gauntlet now, already completed his non-immune. Like, this guy is fine on his own. He doesn't care if he's 0-2. He doesn't need to carry with that as well.
Oh, Daisher actually comes in with a package. Doesn't get the Herald now. Could be a lot of trouble, but oh, Nevermore just able to get the kill, but Technograph comes in to get the shutdown kill, and now Winter is collapsing on the Technograph. He's all alone with Marks also there. And that is a 2-for-1 trade.
They managed to pick up the Herald.
Yeah, Winter picked that one off, so I think he's just gonna drop it onto the mid lane. Yeah, there we go, instantly dropping it off.
Azrael has ultimate here, but it's not gonna matter as it's gonna be in Herald smashing into that lane, and I think this might be the first tower going down actually. Shall see. Yeah. There's 3 man. Yeah, that's just first tower gone.
I think they might be also get the second proc of the Herald onto the inner turret as well. That's 2 turrets. So fast
that's
from
gonna
ELG
shift 5,000 gold difference now. Wow. With the next wake up in 30 seconds, that's really, really good. They're gonna get a reset in real quick from the solo lane as well. The bot lane is gonna clear some vision. Head back to the bot lane. Together with Nocturne being on the way.
And now gonna see how Legacy are going to adjust their game, their style. That they're leaving Killator to the top lane, just farming him up, just trying to get that kill ahead. Unforgiven, looking for a lot of damage onto Malik, who's under the turret. That goes down. Then the last shot from Yuumi ultimate went wild, but Unforgiven did save out his life.
Yeah.
So no kills. They did get all.
Yet again using his flash, but getting 2 flashes in return from Xayah and Rakan. But that's just another Ocean Wake. So yeah, like I said, this pressure from ELG Sports by constantly burning the flashes on 2 or 3 members of the sides of Sea Legacy is what enables them to have this map pressure. And as long as that is the case, nobody's going to be able to do anything on Legacy sides. Like, it doesn't matter if you have an Olaf that can ignore all CC. You're not going to be able to get to the enemy if they are just outnumbering you.
Also, something that we haven't seen quite a lot is that Athene's Unholy Grail on no real life's Yuumi, so not as much poke damage come through, but yeah, it is just to make sure that the Olaf can just wreck everyone once he goes in for the big team fight.
Yeah, and I think it's 1 more Drake before we're gonna have the Aura, so if the next Drake is gonna be picked up by the sides of ELG Sports, we are definitely gonna see a hard time for Legacy to come back, because then it's very, very one-sided, because these Ocean Drakes are gonna give you so much healing. You damage enemy champions, and Cassiopeia already being one of these champions that heals so much, together with Xayah probably opting to get some lifesteal later on. That's just gonna make them unkillable. Like, the carry's gonna be unkillable, and that's gonna be a very, very hard time for any of these carries on the other side to do damage.
Yeah, ELG Sports actually were thinking about collapsing on the Unforgiven, but I'm not sure if they were thinking that Unforgiven's flash was available. So they decided not to pull the trigger on it, but the flash is on cooldown, so...
And they might have not been sure if it was used, if it was only his E, or if it was actually his flash.
Yeah, it's really hard to keep track now as Winter goes in, but here comes the KO damage, already gotten Winter to 3rd health.
I wouldn't call it KO damage, but here comes the range advantage, yes. I mean,
it's the start. It's the start of KO damage.
Yes, okay, we can call it the start of KO damage, because right now he just tickles Winter. Winter's laughing at him while he's healing. But
every damage starts with 1.
That's very true. Now, overall, vision-wise, I feel like ELG just have a better and easier time to like deny vision. Like, if you look at the vision on top side, it's impossible for Legacy to even get any deep wards in, or any wards around the Baron.
Yeah, actually here comes the collapse now, but that Oracle is, or that vision ward is gonna give out the vision that the bottom lane of ELG Sports were coming up on Marks. Yeah. Just so much patience. He's sitting in that brush for 2 minutes. I think he now came out, so...
Yeah, he always pushes the wave and then goes back into that bush, but yeah. So,
okay.
Azrael used the ultimate here just to check if they're on Baron.
Oh, there we go. Vision has been cleared, the turret is still there. Quickness gets used, but doesn't get the knock-up, so... Just a disengage.
Kale? Well, they forced the TP from Kale. Yeah. That's not too bad, so that means Koki is gonna have to run down there, but then again, 3 teleports available. It's not going to change anything. You're just going to send somebody else into the side lane. Excuse me.
Yeah, but if you use a TP to get to the side lane, that means that they can look for even more of a fight now on the opposite side of the map, with one laner on the side lane. Malik still pressuring down on the top lane, gets a nice bit of damage onto Technocraft, but
yeah. I mean, there's a lot
it's
of standing gold still. Like, there's the mid lane tower and the bot lane tower still to be picked up here, the tier 1s from the sides of Legacy. Then, of course, that next Drake being spawning in just a minute. Also some gold and definitely a buff you're looking forward to. So, it's not the end of the world. Just comes down to winning a team fight, actually.
Yeah, also I like this bit of mentality that you said earlier, that Marks was coming out and off that brush to boost the lane, and then as Marks went away, Unforgiven immediately throwing out the question mark on that top lane brush. Is Marks there or not? Please, guys, I need to know.
Constantly in fear of that face checking into the Cassiopeia, which is gonna be very, very deadly. Because yes, he stacked some armor and he has a Yumi sitting on him to heal, but if you're gonna be on that E from the Cassiopeia, you're not gonna be able to jump away. And that recall is just annoying, so we hopefully gonna switch the camera to something else. There we go.
It's nice. Spread your wings, Ezreal. Not sure why would you even have wings, because you are an explorer. But anyways, let's not get tagged on by that, as the dragon is spawning now. Then now Legacy are getting ambushed by the Death Brush, immediately getting 2 fast kills. That's the both ELG carries down for Legacy. Technocrat comes in, but he's just gonna get a knocked up, and Winter is just gonna pick up that kill. It's an easy 3-0 and an Ocean Dragon for Legacy. ELG Sports.
Also, respect to just saying, hey, we're gonna turn here. Seeing the Yumi as an easy kill, but also knowing that Olaf and Kill are in the backside, so they just immediately turned off from the Yumi, said you can live, buddy, and then went to focus the Olaf, and giving them another kill and that Ocean Drake. So the Aura is gonna be picked up by them now. Legacy is gonna be sad about that.
Yeah, it's gonna make Keylader's life even that much difficult if he's gonna get a solo brush. Oh, that's actually nah.
Okay, it was not as close as we made it seem, but that was definitely a good attempt here by Ezreal. Actually good timing with no vision available. So yeah, respect to that. But besides that, they are in a very, very tough spot right now. Actually, this is gonna be maybe the first game that they're gonna drop, in my opinion. But then again, it's a best of 3, so we adapt, we focus, move on to the next game. Maybe right now they're already thinking of how to get to the next game, what they can do different.
Maybe not leave the Saya Rakan open. I think the Yumi is not really working out. They really haven't had a chance to capitalize on
but then
what they're thinking.
I think it was more a problem of like having 3 scaling champions, like Corki needing his items to do damage, same for Ezreal, and Kale not being a champion until like really late in the game, and then the enemy side just picking really early on aggressive jungler and aggressive bottom lane support, so that's enabling them to make plays earlier. I think that's them, well, not respecting that, got them punished a bit, so yeah, they're gonna have a tough time. Probably gonna lose some more outer turrets with this Baron buff.
Yeah, now Deja finally getting a little bit of power spike with the Trinity Force and Infinity Edge. So he has his 2 core items.
Yeah, but meanwhile you see the Isaiah on 3 items, and same for the Ornn.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but is it too late? Are ELG Sports just so much ahead that they just don't care?
I see Ezreal here not even doing damage to Ornn, and of course with that aura from the Ocean Drake, you don't care about damage anymore, because you're just gonna heal it back. You throw 1 ability and you're back to full HP.
Yeah, Ornn is doing his best Mundo cosplay right now. He's just protecting that cannon minion. He's just like, oh, Unforgiven, you're mate, you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
And Winter just goes in, gets the turret,
It seems like Kale is gonna start to actually damage on now.
I think Orn he has that damage on his kit as well, so I don't think Kale can do much. Only has to respect that Winter can turn it around as Desir now with the power spikes is almost able to get the kill.
That was close. The darkness here enabling him to flash away and complete no vision, and completely no vision whatsoever. So Kale, that was close, didn't even know where he went. And Corki not throwing any rockets because he didn't see in which direction he flashed. That was really well played by Nocturne to get out, but also Daz actually doing damage, as he mentioned. Well, then again, that's the most squishiest member they have on the team, so we don't really know.
I think if you listen very closely and you zoom in on Nevermore, you can almost hear the lyrics to Fear of the Dark.
Nevermore, indeed. Now, this time Legacy is a bit earlier to the Drake, knowing that they don't want to face check once again into the full 5-man team of ELG Sports, just trapping them at Drake like last time.
Yeah, no more Death Brush for ELG Sports, but they could just clear out those wards right back off, so not sure if it's well, they get the initial vision, so they'll have an idea if anything has been used. As Malik could be looking for key later, has the ulti available, but with the rest members of ELG Sports also there, has to be careful not to get caught out, because that is gonna be a lot of damage if he gets caught out.
And as Chad is pointing out, very smart here, but Chad actually being really, really smart. On, of course, hitting at level 16, I didn't even think about that, is gonna be now in that position where he's able to upgrade his teammates' items. So, yeah, late game, yes, but no. ELG Sports is gonna be like, you can have late game champions, but we can have late game items. So, it's not really gonna matter. And then KCP and Zaya are also really, really good in the late game.
Yeah, also Keylayer just now hitting the level 16, so he'll have his full ulti available as well. I think Keylayer has actually been doing alright. He might have given those kills out to Winter, but he's even in the levels.
Yeah, he's actually the only one that's on his team, even in levels. Everybody else is like a bit starving, Unforgiven 3 levels down to ELG Winters.
Yeah.
On, and this is a dangerous spot to be in.
Oh, very tight spot. Chaotic comes down. It's onto Technogram in the front line, but meanwhile the backline has just already melted. That is 4 kills within 5 seconds. And ELG Sports are just saying, let's get this home, guys. Let's get the second game so we can carry on this momentum.
Yeah, and yeah, but that I think is just going to be the game. I mean, very difference in power here, very difference in level. And huge difference in gold.
Yeah, unless Yuumi is gonna pull off some weird funkiness 0-1-0. Not gonna get a pentakill to
Yuumi
save out the game.
Coming? No, of course
there's still a chance, there's still a chance. Okay, now there's no chance. But yeah, ELG Sports finally breaking their bit of an off streak that they've been having. They finally picked up a win. And it's against the team that is undefeated, nevertheless, as well. So ELG Sports has just really shined up their boots.
Yeah, definitely. That's very, very, well, how do you say this? Interesting game. Now, we're gonna have a short 30 seconds break before we jump right into the next champion selection, because you're gonna have to edit everything team-wise. So yeah, give me your thoughts on this one. What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think it's going to be some changes now, or?
I think absolutely. Legacy are just, they might have come in thinking that with the state of ELG Sports, they might think that they are a pushover team, but ELG Sports just showing, no, we're not. We had issues, but we fixed them, and now we're playing as most people would have expected us to perform before the season started. But now I think Legacy is just like, okay, we're gonna start. try now, because I think their draft was a little bit off. I don't think it worked at all. They never got even the map pressure on with triple TPs. They never got going with anything. It was just a key layer. He was doing his everything he could to help get the team back into the game, but he was just too far behind to get anything. Also, I think for the second game, Legacy are going to have a better draft in my mind.
That's the only thing they can respond now with a better draft and a better way to actually come back here. They have their backs against the wall, but they're going to be looking to change that in just a second as we're going to hop into the next champion selection. Yep, and with that, I'm going to go into the intermission screen and give you guys a 30-second cooldown.
Yep, I'm just going to need you to get in. They're waiting for you.
Of course they are.
They're so nice. They're giving you the empty space so you can.
That's really, really nice from them.
Okay, there we go. I just hop over to the bench. The bench.
I'm benched, boys. As casters, you always get benched, but that's fine.
Okay. The wooden bench with nails sticking out.
Now, you get the nail. We're gonna be switching sides, so that means it's gonna be CLG. Legacy on the CEL on the blue side and ELG Sports on the right side, the red side. And yeah, looking forward to how this draft is gonna go. Maybe we see something interesting, something new.
Yeah, maybe. I think they had the right idea that they wanted to shut down Winter with the Aurelia ban, the Vladimir ban also coming up, but I don't think they really had anything else planned after that. So
yeah,
I think they're gonna put more focus on Winter because it's really Winter that is gonna be the carry for ELG. So if they shut down Winter, they might have a chance to win the game.
Definitely. So we're gonna hop into another PentaQ draft. Until that, you can appreciate our lovely intermission screen, put together in a team effort by the CE Connecting Graphics department, being Landicus, also known as Schlichticus, same as me, myself, J7, helped on this one. Now we're gonna have the spectator link just here for us. There we go. Perfect.
Yep. Teams are on the right side. They are also in the right order as well. Yep.
Yeah.
They are. Everything's bueno. See, there you go. We're using a foreign language so we can get the Spanish demographic in here as well. See, that's me, Mr. International.
There we go. We're gonna swap to the. This is the browser. The PentaQ draft from before. Just to have a look again and to remind ourselves what was done in the last one. And you guys can then see that was the bans and the picks from the last game. Maybe they're gonna switch it up with something new. You're gonna wait for both teams to be ready. And yeah, and just hopefully see something different from Legacy if they want to change. And if not, we're gonna have maybe a 2-0 here from ELG Sports and a comeback from the 0-2 loss from last week.
Yeah, if Legacy are going to drop in 2-0 fashion against ELG Sports, I think they're gonna get a very stern talking to. And that's not something you want to have as a team. Well, if it's warranted, then it's fine. So I think Winter is just taking his time,
I think he said he's gone to the bathroom, so he's back actually now. So
there you go.
So we're gonna see this draft in just a second as ELG Sports yet has to ready up on that pro draft, on that virtual draft. And then we're gonna hop into the draft. There we go.
Yes.
First band coming out here from CL Legacy in just a second.
So are they gonna switch out their bans? Yeah, they were already immediately Orn banned out. No more.
We don't want that. Get away from me.
Yeah, still keeping with the Aria ban as well against Winter. So far, ELG Sports with the Heimadjunga ban against either Danger or Unforgiven with the Ultimate Flex. What is going to be their second ban? Are they gonna keep the same bans? So far, yes. Shen banned out.
Well, for all lovely 20 people from Twitch viewing us tonight, I want you guys to give me your predictions here. Is it going to be CEL for CE Legacy or ELG for ELG Sports? Who do you think is going to take the next game and decide if it's going to be best of 3 2-0 or best of 3 full game? So we're going to have a game number 3. Now, Winter being banned out here with 3 champions, that's quite funny.
Yeah, actually, the Cledge is actually a little bit surprised, but with Olaf also being banned out, that means the Caitlyn is open for Unforgiven. I think it is his most played champion.
Well, after the Kaiser, yes, but it's definitely a champion he played a lot.
In this preseason,
he's definitely been a Caitlyn main.
Yeah, look at those stats: 16 games on Caitlyn. He's just abusing that champion as well. It's
Ashe has a response, obviously having that W range here, being able to most likely outrange him with abilities, but then when it comes to auto attacks, Caitlyn is going to be nice and easy from far away.
Yeah, I think Ashe hasn't had much success so far in TJ Diamond League. I think he has maybe 1 win from the streamed games, if I'm not wrong, but it is Ashe that is getting picked up for Malik on the bottom lane. But what is going to be picked alongside? Is it going to be the support? Is it going to be the top lane? Is it going to be the jungle? Or is it going to be the mid lane? Oh, it's probably not going to be the mid lane, but anything goes.
Yeah, anything goes, boys. And this is a perfect time to mention that...
You know what is a team? Damn it. It's Morgana support getting picked out. I was already thinking like...
You got me hyped up there for a second just for nothing. But yeah, Morgana picked up here, really safe. So definitely not an aggressive bot lane anymore, but if that binding hits, there's definitely a chance to punish them. But now, how will they respond?
Yeah, I was already getting excited. Teemo support, you go so well against Caitlyn on lane, but no, it's just they're not letting me have it. They're not letting me. That's making me sad.
Yeah, like you're taking the time now, looking at that Zyra as a response, so a high damage. I've seen just yesterday a few clips of Zyra actually turning around teamfights on her own, being the one that damages people the most, not the ADC. So that's a very, very high damage champion, and if played correctly, a very, very useful champion. It can set up so many things, and Black Shield is only able to Black Shield one person, while her ultimate is a really big AoE. And Technocrat being lucky and getting that most played champion, the Jarvan, under his belt.
Yeah, but it did leave the Nocturne open, so Nevermore, I think Nevermore is gonna play it for the second time in a row, I believe, as we're gonna get into the second banning round. So far, keeping the same. ELG Sports taking out the Riven from Keylader. Also just keeping up with the top lane bans. Rice being the flex could still be played in top lane. Echo is adjustment from the first game, and so is Cassiopeia, so there's a few champions open now.
Yeah, but I think the Echo and the Cassiopeia is a good read here, because those are 2 carry champions that can take something away. And then the Akali being the flex pick here from ELG Sports. You don't know if it's going to be an Akali top or mid. Very, very smart pickup here. Yeah, this is going to give Legacy now the chance to show their hands and see if they're going to send something into the Akali that's be flexible as well or not, because you can still flex pick.
So what am I thinking here? I might be thinking maybe Orianna could be great. Would have a synergy with the team as well.
Oh yeah, now all of these mages that are able to use their mobility and use the CC to disable the Akali and Caitlyn are going to be very nice picks, yeah?
Yeah, Rumble also being available was banned. I think it was banned in the last game.
Yeah, Womble was banned in the last game. Let me check real quick. Don't know.
It's just either
Yeah, Womble
make
was
me
banned
look
last by C Legacy.
excellent. Well, hovering over the Vel'Koz, this could be interesting as well. Could get the life disintegration rate across everybody if Jarvan can get that Catalysm lockup. But there are a few escapes from that Catalysm as well, so...
Yeah, but the Morgana shield, for example, is not going to help you against the Jarvan ultimate. It's just going to be locked in. Vel'Koz being indeed the counter matchup here for the mid lane. If it's going to be mid lane Akali, it could still be mid lane Nocturne. We don't know.
Yeah, so let's see just what the last big 4 legacy is going to be. Most likely going to be the top lane pickup. What is key layer going to be playing here?
And one thing we have actually not mentioned is like this Morgana doesn't need to be a support straight up. It could be just a pushing mid lane, enabling these plays, and then flexing it all the way in the end. Oof.
Oh,
that might just be a hover to tease us, but we are not quite sure.
Yeah, we're not biting. Yes, there we go. Come on, do it, do it, do it, you magnificent bastard.
I mean, it's not the time to troll Legacy.
Come on now. That is a troll.
Tobias Fate, is that you? Hello? Taking their sweet time with that last pick here, showing 2 different ones. And
there we go.
In the end, okay.
I think it's a great pickup as well.
Yeah,
so
I would have loved the Annie because it would have. Yeah, same. Twitch is also disappointed, no Annie pickup. But this leaves the Kassadin open, and yeah, Kassadin into the Vel'Koz or Kassadin into the Womble is not too bad.
Yeah, so that would mean they'll have 3 ways of escaping the Catalysm. If it's gonna get picked up, Syndra also very strong.
Yeah, this would indicate that the Akali is going to the top lane.
Yeah, I think it's let's not jump on the boat too fast here. They'll just hovering over champions.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Yeah, both sides actually picking up 2 AP champions and then 2 ADs, so very, very even. If this is going to be locked in, it's going to be the Kassadin.
Is it?
Syndra? Syndra, okay. It's going to be the Syndra just trying with us one last time. So it's going to be the Akali top lane for sure. Now, that leaves us with some interesting matchups here. The Vel'Koz into the Syndra is just pure skill matchup. But then again, the Nocturne and the Jarvan are probably going to decide that one.
Yeah, also I think Syndra could actually be able to cancel out the life disintegration ray that would come out. So I think it's just to see if how comfortable Marks is playing the Syndra. I think he's very comfortable on the Syndra. Be one of the high priority champions at the moment, I could argue.
Yeah, I'll let you do talking for just a bit. I'm looking into a technical issue here from another team that's playing in our league. I'll be right back with you.
Yep, there we go. So yeah, so in the actual game banning phase, just banning out the same champions as it was in Virtual Draft and picking in order. So the Rumble is gonna go for the top lane, then the Akali, the Nocturne getting picked up. So it's again, it kind of falls on Nevermore to get the solo laners ahead. I think it's maybe want to shut down the Rumble that could just be coming out with tons of damage. I hate that term. But in the mid game, once he gets that equalizer available, it just could just burn everything. And Ashe being very not safe champion, you could say. So that's why he has the help of Morgana to come on lane. But you can't really escape the gank from Technograph's Catalysm if that comes through. He has to burn the flash to get over that obstacle on his way. So I think I feel like Technograph could be looking to maybe get some pressure onto the bottom lane. just to shut down the Ashe even harder.
Yeah.
Coming out the last pickups so far, still could be Summoner's Chains, but already Unforgiven running that heal instead of teleport. It just wants to have a little bit of a more lane presence with the heal, just either survive.
I mean, they are the stronger force in the bot lane, so of course you're gonna look to fight and trade, and then a heal is always nice to have as backup.
Yeah, just to make sure no shenanigan damage will come through. It's you know that feeling. You go in and then all of a sudden they deal a little bit more damage than you anticipated.
Well, chat is gonna be on stream just in a second. In 15 seconds, you're gonna be able to chat on stream. You're gonna see yourselves, be excited, and then we can see actually what chat thinks of this new draft. Already one opinion posted there. It's gonna be the opinion of when is the law. It's gonna say lol, interesting strategy banning out the winter. I think that's indeed an interesting strategy, but then again, if it works, it works. So why not?
Yeah, I mean, it's what it has been showing is that winter is really the main carry force for ELG. So if they shut winter down, it really falls onto Marks. You could argue is the secondary carry force for ELG, and then over to Malik. But it is really just Winter, the team captain. Not sure if he's the shot caller as well for the team.
I couldn't answer you that question. I really don't know, but I assume he is. He's very vocal as far as I have been in contact with him, and he's one of the guys that is, well, great personality, great mind. So yeah, he might as well be the shot caller. If not, we shall find out in the interview afterwards. You guys can definitely tell us. Now, what are we actually looking forward to here? We're gonna be looking forward to the top lane matchup, in my opinion, because the mid lane matchup is just gonna be two mages playing around with fire, but in the end staying safe, out of range. But the top lane ones are the ones that are melee range, so they're gonna get close up, and then the flamethrower from the Rumble is gonna burn the Akali, and the Akali with the Q slow and to many mobility abilities is gonna look to outweigh the Rumble here. So this one's gonna come down to skill in the end, and I think that's gonna be the most interesting lane to watch. But then again, bot lane has an outplay potential on both sides, together with the jungle presence. So we shall see where these junglers decide in the end to go, and who is gonna pick up the pace and decide the game.
Yeah, actually, it's just looking at the last season, Akali was Winter's most played champion on the top lane with 31 games. And if you go over to Keylager, his Rumble was his third most games. So he obviously had the 383 games on Riven. So that's why the Riven band's coming out. It's really our connecting esports Huni.
Yeah. Once again, boys, I know I'm just gonna plug this in here, but I would really appreciate if you guys follow us, no matter from where you're watching. If you're watching from YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer, just drop a follow, boys. It will always be very welcome by us. We are happy to see you guys following us, so you know when we are live, and you will also see when we are streaming maybe your game. Now, with the last 10 seconds running down on the clock, we're gonna jump into the loading screen.
Yeah, as we're getting in the learning screen, I can update that on the second game that is also being played out at this very same time off stream, Quantum Vortex Paralympic Esports managed to get the first game on that best of 3 series. So they're also looking to get their first win of the group stage.
Yeah.
But now, we can see the keystones. Do we see anything funky? And we don't really. It's no, just the norm.
Not just standard stuff here. Well, the comet is something, I would say, on But then, it's okay. Commodon Vel'Koz is good for laning phase, and it's also nice to pick up some kills that are very far away. Oopsala.
Alright, my spectator client is improving. It is only 1 second behind.
That's great, man. So you're gonna see the amazing plays just a second too late, while Twitch is gonna see it right away. No. They seem like they're heading out for a 5-man, but then there's some pings coming down. They're reorientating.
Oh, yeah.
And ELG Spot's actually going for a 5-man stack.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, spotted in the mid lane though. Yep.
Yeah.
This is why you send your mid laner to the lane and not into the bush. So you can spot these sneaky invades. And that's just gonna be a standard 5-man lineup now. Or as you like to say. Guang, you missed your line. Or as you like to say.
They're drawing the battle lines.
There we go, man.
I was expecting you to get it in, so you can like admit defeat.
I'm not gonna admit defeat.
So pressure putting you on the spot.
Yeah, peer pressure here from Guang.
It's not peer pressure if I'm right.
It's still peer pressure, man. You're pressuring me to use the term I don't want to use.
No, I'm not forcing you. You have your choice. I'm just recommending it.
Well, my choice now is gonna be to look where these junglers start. We see Nocturne on the blue buff and Jarvan on the red buff. So both of these junglers again parallel jungling. And wow, outwitted mid lane 1. Game's over. See, Legacy wins the second game. Vel'Koz hits that first Q.
Yeah, also what we kind of missed out was that Legacy got that deep ward onto the red cap of Nevermore, so they'll be able to see exactly when he is on that side of the jungle, so they can a little bit of information over to key leader that pay attention, Nevermore is on your side, could be looking for the gank to get a carry ahead. And
not to forget there's like this small difference here in jungle. So Nocturne's gonna look to go for a full clear still, or like something similar to full clear. He's gonna look to gank early on. Meanwhile, the Jarvan's gonna look to pick up his buffs and then go for a gank right away, because he's the one with the more utility early on. So Jarvan definitely has the pressure to impact the lane.
Yeah, Mars also walked away from his mid lane to just get that deep ward onto the blue buff. Was able to spot Technograph doing it. He was doing it with Flare, throwing his javelin.
Yeah. His lance, I think it is.
Yeah, lance. Yeah, that is. It's a nice lance.
And the flag he has as well. Now, we are just looking at this bot lane here, actually pushing already with the Zyra and the Caitlyn, very lane bullies. Ash using the E to spot that Vel'Koz was doing the chickens? Question mark?
It's every bit of information we can get, we will get.
Yeah. I really don't like this skin from Akali, because it makes your smoke blue. This is really annoying. Doesn't look nice, in my opinion.
Just a lot of
the last Q coming back here from the Syndra, making it very even, but that was a good trade. That was nice to see.
Yeah, it's really on the side of Legacy, it's Geysir. We talked a lot about the carry force for ELG Winter, obviously being that one, but on the side of Legacy, you could argue that Geysir has been making plays, but as Nevermore looking for the gank onto the top lane, but just doesn't get the slow. So won't follow up. He might just hover over the brush as Keylater goes in with the flash, gets slowed, will the harpoons come through? He's overheated, he misses! He misses the last harpoon, and this should be a first blood over to Nevermore. The auto attacks come through.
No.
There's the kill. And the first blood.
Wow.
It was all looking so well for Keylater.
That's
until
very
to
sad.
The point that it wasn't. He was winning until he wasn't.
He was winning too.
But yeah, as again, like the first game, Nevermore getting a little bit of advantage now. Also, assist goes over to Winter as well, so that's a little bit more bonus gold for Winter. But I think Keylater can still pressure.
I mean, this is sad to see. Yeah, but Killeder was like here having a slight advantage. Now he lost the CS lead, he lost the pressure with his flash being down, so being able to get ganked easier. Ooh,
Oh,
Winter's
Winter.
very confident here.
Yeah, he's like, come on, baby, let's dance.
Yeah, but Killeder's having a bigger health bar right now, buddy. You don't want to do this. This guy started doing shield. He's not gonna care too much about your damage.
Yeah, and the scrap shield also is gonna bring out it's actually a surprisingly quite healthy amount of shield that's gonna come through as now Technocraft looking for a gank, and it's just gonna donate the kill over to Keyleder, getting the rumble ahead.
Knowing that this Rumble is gonna be able to play better around these kills. No.
Yeah, Nevermore just making sure that he'll catch this XP wave that is going to come through. Winter does not have the available, but the equalizer is there. It is burning. Technocrat uses his flash as well to secure the kill.
This is why you don't let Technocrat on his main champion. And that's hitting yet another E on the Syndra here. It's a very even mid lane trades, but this top lane was insane. That gank, he putting down the ultimate for the slow and forcing him to use his shield, then the EQ, and then the flash. So perfect play here indeed. Getting a summoner in return as well. And Akali's gonna face check a bush. He don't want to do that and loses a lot of HP.
He was so close getting knocked up by that one, but it's just off. But yeah, Nevermore on that top line, I think he chose the worst possible way to go behind the turret against the wall. There's really one way you can go, and this is just an easy landing strip.
Maybe he didn't expect Killeder to pull that trigger there, but yeah. Also,
did he hit level 6 on that last minion wave they pushed in?
I'm pretty sure he got level 6 from the kill before, but we can't be going back to check that one. But that's definitely a play to be made. And boys, don't forget, if you're here in Twitch chat, I posted a little bit of an announcement in the TG Diamond announcement channel on Discord. Our Discord is also on the bottom left, as you can see right now. For every clip that we're gonna be sending,
here comes the darkness of Nevermore. Will he actually donate the kill back? Oh no, he's just so low.
Another
so
1
low,
HP
but not
target
low
surviving.
enough. That was unlucky for Gazer. He was like, so close. That is a tilter.
Yeah, pulling the trigger right away on the Nocturne ultimate, seeing the opportunity in the mid lane, followed up by the stun. That was just well played overall. Now back to my thought that I had a second ago. If you guys are in our Discord, you will see that I posted in the announcement from the TG Diamond League a little bit of a information that you guys could be interested in. If you see any plays made here live on stream, just go to the clips, make a clip of it, make a highlight out of it, whatever you want, send me the link. And for every clip that we use of yours in the...
Yeah, this could be...
I missed everything. Okay. For every clip that we use in our weekly best of series, you're gonna be rewarded with 50 cents. So if you send in 20 clips and times 50, you're gonna see quite some money, as Technocrat is just gonna say, hi Winter, it's me, and Winter's gonna be dead. There you go, send us your clips if they're gonna be selected for the best of, the weekly production video that we're gonna be releasing very soon. Then you're gonna be rewarded. You can do this if you're a player or if you cast or streamer, so all of you guys are able to join. Also as viewers, we will give you that opportunity at some point.
It was actually from that last play for Technocrat, I got a Jarvan skin idea.
Tell me.
The Trump. As he hops into the air and he just slams down the wall.
But then the Mexican Trump.
the Talia.
Yeah,
Talia Trump. You could just skin it, have like barbed wire on top of the wall. See, this is great. Like, we can like suggest these skins for Riot, and then we'll get like famous because it's like, yeah, this is our idea first.
Yeah, definitely. Copyrighted the jumping wall called Espanol.
I mean, if Trump has taught us, and if Trump has taught us anything, it is that copyrights don't matter. He's taking his own liberties. of using whatever he wants. But let's not focus on that man, as there is 10 more talented players in every sort of aspect of their life in this game right now. ELG Sports looking to get the first loss over to CE Legacy, that are fighting to get back into this series. They are one game down.
Nocturne spotted. We might see some... Never mind. Just a clean drag picked up.
Ooh, Dark Mining actually hits, but a nice Roots comes down just to zone them out. So no kill pressure. Paranoia was available, but I didn't think they had vision in that dry brush.
So the Darkness Scream here with the Paranoia available from Nocturne. Not going to be using that one, not pulling the trigger, but I don't think, as you said, they had vision now.
Ah, there we go. Using it onto the mid lane, but a nice stopwatch uses. Blocks out the damage from Syndra. Gets the kill back, and Ash Arrow just comes down just to make sure.
What a turnaround. I mean, that was the best outcome for him, man. Using a stopwatch here, so he doesn't lose any gold, because he didn't buy this one. I think he had it in the runes, and then turning that one around, and then now Rumble is here, and he's gonna...
Yeah, Equalizer gets uses the flash as Technocrat came over the wall, but Winter came in with a TP as well. Catalysm is available if he can just get the vision down. Just dodges out.
Yeah, I think I would have held on to that Cataclysm to end Javan's place, because he had his flash available. You can just push into wave if Akali stays to tower dive, but then again it's just a cooldown traded for another cooldown. And that was a great rotation by Killer here, punishing Syndra. So it seems like the top side of the map, the jungle and the top laner, are the ones that are going to be the most active here.
Yeah, they really wanted to get their team ahead, and so far it's been very successful with the 1.5 gold lead over to Legacy's side, as Winter is struggling with the heat. There's a fallen... Nah, he's not fallen behind on CS. He's few CS behind of Q-Layer's Rumble, as Nevermore has a small CS lead of 8 minions. Mid lane is pretty much even, and a small lead for Unforgiven against Malik on that bottom lane. Winter... No Equalizer available for Q-Layer, but has to be careful nevertheless, because the Flame Spitters will do a lot of damage, as will the Harpoons. And there's the Life Disintegration Ray, almost getting the kill on the Syndra. Technograph also hovering over the wall. No Catalysm available. I think there is a kill chance. Just gonna collect turret plating very shortly. Gets the Equalizer, and there's Technocraft. Chilling Smite comes down, and the flag. No, the track only getting the kill onto Winter. He's not having a great game on this Akali. And Keylayer is gonna say thank you very much with the assist, and now with 2 more turret blading going over his, and Nevermore could be caught out in the enemy jungle.
Oof. Caitlyn just gonna use that ultimate.
Yeah,
but they give up the first tower here.
Yeah, Winter just doesn't have the teleport available. Used it earlier to get to the mid lane. And just means that Keylayer is getting so ahead.
I mean, yes, it's nice to give Nocturne a wet buff, but it's just a wet buff, bro. You're losing your full 5 platings 13 minutes into the game and the first tower. Together with the 2 platings in the bot lane, you're actually gonna have a decent amount of gold advantage here.
Oh, nice down, but Dacier, just doesn't get the damage out fast enough.
Unlucky here that Syndra's ultimate just gonna do more damage here. He's not gonna have the time to press ultimate himself, as he's gonna die. Outplayed here by Marks, actually realizing the kill potential he had.
And the dragon spawning out in just a moment's time. It's actually a minute.
Yeah, 45 seconds
already.
Still. It's gonna be an Infernal. What was the first one, do you remember? I think it was Cloud, right? Yeah, it was Cloud, right?
Yes.
Still waiting on Wyatt to fix that spectator buff. Please, Wyatt. And this is something we saw already in the first game. Rakan sitting in the bush, now it's gonna be the Morgana. But I don't think with the pushing wave advantage, they're gonna go for something fancy.
Yeah, I think this is a call that CU Legacy has had many times. Kako is in the brush. And he gets the Dark Binding anyway.
But
It's also a valuable damage as well, but...
We'll always take that trade. Support HP for ADC's HP.
Yeah, Techno actually managed to sneak in to the alcove. There's the Zyra ultimate. Ashe has to flash away, and Kako actually forces aggressive flash in, and the Catalyst want to Malik. They wanted to give the kill over to Unforgiven, but it just wasn't enough, so Technocrat was picked that one up, and there's the knockup and the life disintegration ray, and Marsk is gone.
TP by...
What?
Oh, perfect TP to snipe out the Nocturne with the Rumble ultimate. That was just perfect coordination of all. Legacy totally different from the first game here. Taking on the carry pants and deciding the game for themselves.
Yeah, it's really Technocraft that has a great showing on this Jarvan. 5 kills to 3 assists and 0 deaths on his bars. And now with the Herald, they're should be able to pick up this mid lane auto turret as well. Techno a little bit caught out, or is it Winter that is caught out? No, it is Technocrat that uses the flag and drag to get some distance between him and Winter.
Yeah, so rewarded with a dragon, so 1-1 in dragons tied there. Rewarded with a mid lane and a top lane tower, and rewarded with a lot of kills going over to the Jarvan here. Would have loved to give that one to the Caitlyn, but yeah, Ashe Arrow used there, Morgana used his ultimate flash, but didn't get the time to press the stopwatch, and that's why she died instantly. Now they're gonna push as 4-man into the mid lane, and Vico's just backing off, knowing he's in danger.
Yeah, 5-man push from ELG Sports. That's actually never won, just giving a moral support. You guys can do it. You can take down that turret.
Yeah, and with no objective on the map whatsoever than the bot tier 1 tower, that's not really worth to group for. I think these guys are gonna slow down the pace a bit and just wait for the next Drake or Herald to spawn. Well, Herald is not gonna be anymore as it's too late, but it's gonna be a Baron.
Yeah, Kiwi, you're actually getting a nice push onto that top lane. Getting, I think, got a little bit of damage with the minions onto that top lane unit turret as well, but it's just Kiwi, he is having much better game opposed to his KO in the first game. And the equalizers, they've just been on point. Technograph maybe sniffs out Nevermore in the jungle as the blue buff spawns. I think they got the timer on it as the ward just about died. Unforgiven could get this turret. Winter goes in, but has to help off.
That was just to scare them, I think. He was like, hey buddy, I got you.
Oh, look at that. Unforgiven just sitting between the turrets, or the traps rather. Winter gets away from the chilling smite, so no slow coming out.
Yeah.
Cataclysm was also available, as was the flash, so the kill potential was there.
Yeah, but I think he just wanted to stay more available for a later engage here. Dodging the EQ here from Syndra.
Yeah, Keylader still pushing up the top lane. Wave doesn't have TP available for half of its duration, as Winter does have his TP, could be looking to send him maybe to the top lane, but they are looking like they want to make a proactive play here.
The biggest danger here is that the Legacy side has just dropped the Rumble ultimate in mid lane. Has the high advantage. Oh, right, it hit Syndra actually. Okay, I was like a bit confused there, but he hit the Syndra, that's why Syndra's half HP. But yeah, they have the advantage in ultimate still, now even after using this one, because Nocturne and Akali ultimate are down.
Oh, their life disintegration rate doesn't disintegrate Winter off the map as Kako takes a big hit. Those Qs are really starting to hurt.
Oh,
as the plant power comes through, and Technograph with the flag and drag over the wall. But is he now caught out? No follow-up from ELG.
Yeah, No Life giving him the support with the plants over the wall, making sure that Morgana's not going to close in the deal, and actually, wait, not Morgana, Syndra, and actually enabling Technocrat to get out there, so Ashe can't bully him. That gives them a free tower, and then Caitlyn...
Paranoia. That's used onto the lone. Caitlyn uses the heal as well. And there's the Technocrat with the flash.
Styling on him with the EQ
Malik,
flash.
Malik just using the heal to get some movement speed away from the electronic harpoon. I think that would be real danger. Equalizer not quite available, but if they're looking to stick around...
Valkyr's ult is back up in a second, so is Equalizer and the Caitlyn ultimate, but I don't think Unforgiveness the mana fits, so they're just gonna back off, knowing that Drake spawns in 30 seconds, so if this teamfight would go bad, they would deliver them a Martin Drake for nothing. Now,
just
Gwen,
gonna go... Yep.
Remember me, what is the aura for Mountain Drakes, if you get it?
It is more neutral damage. Neutral objective damage.
So it means more damage to towers and monsters, and with that being said, also the map has been transformed into the mountain terrain, so more walls overall. And what else is it? No, just think more walls and different entries.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. Just transforming it into a mountainous terrain.
Yeah, that's a easy Drake pickup, I think, because nobody seems to respond.
Yeah, Mark was there, but a great zone from no real life. Just make sure that Marks can't even get in close to attempt the steal. But the rest of ELG could be looking for this Baron now. Getting the vision down.
Ooh.
Be looking for a trap, and Rumble just gets caught out. Just get the equalizer, and in.
He's still alive.
So much damage as the Echnograph is actually just cleaning house. They lose Killator, but they get the 4-man kill. Marks was not even part of that fight. He used the TP to get in, but I think he cancelled it. No, couldn't even cancel it.
He TP'd to something close. Wow, this is, like I said already, a completely different legacy.
Is there gonna be a steal for Marks? He's hovering over.
He still has ultimate, so Technocrat is really, really low here.
Oh, he saw it!
Wow. That's unfortunate. Well, let's see, let's check out who got the buff, because I think the timers were really, really close. So, buff only on... Syndra?
Yeah, I don't think Ashe has...
Ashe doesn't have it, nope. Confirm that one. That is unfortunate. I mean, it makes the game extend a bit longer, but it doesn't change the fact that Sea Legacy is ahead. And with having the Baron buff only on Syndra would mean they would have to group as 5, and as 5, Sea Legacy is a bit stronger in my opinion, depending on the gold advantage they have, and of course the item advantage. As you can see, Caitlyn sitting on 2 items, same for the jungler. Meanwhile, the enemy's ADC is not even finished with his 2nd item yet.
Yeah, actually, Rumble also a little bit delayed on his item finishes.
Yeah, going building for 2 items at the same time.
It's just as you do on Fake Rumble.
Yeah, but if you look at gold, he definitely has a 2k gold advantage here in the top lane towards the Winter ELG player on this Akali, and then as well in the jungle 2k gold advantage to the Jarvan over the Nocturne, and in the mid lane is going to be 500 gold difference in favor of the Syndra. Meanwhile, the bot lane with 1.2k in favor for the Caitlyn.
I think it's nice for Killator. He gets time to stack that standards up to its full potential of armor and ability power. So he's happy to farm, as Technograph could be looking for Winter, who is just alone on that top lane, but nice ward. Yeah. Scouts out Technograph.
Right now, what you want to be doing in the shoes of ELG Sports is just to sit back, relax, and wait for your 3-item power spike. Especially on Akali and Syndra and Ashe, these 3 shine so bright with those 3 items. But then again, on the other side, you have a Rumble that's not going to slow down, and you have a Jarvan that's just going to get tankier while doing the damage still. He picked up his Stoneplate already, as you can see. So if he adds 1 more HP item to that, he's going to be very, very hard to kill and still do a lot of damage. Oh,
Marks.
What are you doing?
Oh, they used it as used, even the flash.
This should be a dead Syndra though, she used everything, so...
Yeah, that is Technograph cleans that one up, so it is both mid laners now down.
Yeah, and both mid laners using flash in that alteration, so very interesting here.
Yeah, I think that Jaeger with a moral victory of still having his teleport available, still getting the assist as well for the kill on the Syndra, but Winter's a little bit left alone, but
I don't
Keylayer,
think
as usual,
Killer is going to use his ultimate to kill Winter anytime soon. Because he's not worth the gold, and I think it's such an important ultimate for the team fight. Doesn't need to.
I mean, he could be thinking about it. If he can get Winter low enough, with the flash also burned, I think he might want to even get the summoner out of Winter.
Yeah, but that's not going to win you the team fight. Like, Winter is not going to be that like big of a factor as a Kali on 1-4 and 1 item. Just completed his haunting guys, while Wumble is going to back now, probably finishing off his Zonias in a second after he picked up that Gwamp.
Yeah.
Now what's he actually going to do?
No, it's still farming the jungle.
He's picking up the wolves.
Yeah, just turning into a proxy jungler.
Yeah, giving up the top lane tower, sadly.
Yeah, but he is closer to that dragon fight that is spawning
Doesn't need to use his DP there, so Akali is gonna have a bad back timer. And be forced to use TP. Caitlyn's just using ultimate to be annoying.
Oh, great equalize on 3 members and a 3-man catalysm and a 2-man live disintegration array. Winter came in with the TP, but he's already too late because the bottom lane of ELG is down. And this is going to be a Mountain Soul even, perhaps, or is it already picked up? No, just a Mountain Dragon for CE Legacy.
That's what I was pointing out, like, this Rumble is too important with his ultimate, and this Equalizer changing the pace of that team fight in just a second. That's insane plays there. Bear to you live here on the Twitch channel, Mixer channel, and YouTube channel from Connecting Esports in the TG Diamond League today between the CE Legacy and ELG Sports. As you can see, it's going to be game number 2, and Legacy is looking to tie the series to then go to the 3rd game, the long one.
Yeah, that's what we are hoping for. A good old 3-game bash out.
Indeed.
Oh, even 1 harpoon. It's already gets Winter almost a quarter health.
That was
engaged. Paranoia, and Caitlyn is... Yeah, Caitlyn is left all alone, almost picks up the kill on to Nevermore, and now Keylayer, he's just being left alone himself, and Winter picks up a crucial shutdown gold.
So, with Baron spawning at 20 seconds, that was a really, really mean team fight there. ELG Sports making sure that they pick up the kills here from the left behind members.
Yeah, Jaeger just trying to be a nuisance as much as he can poke.
Yeah, he knows if he's gonna give up this Baron, it's gonna be a hard time for them, because it's gonna give them some gold back in their pocket. But then again, if you run blindly in, you see Mark's already standing at a bush there, camping, while the rest is... there's once again...
Oh, nice stopwatch. Actually, Zonias gets used, but... Yeah, can't really turn it around, just buys time. As Technocraft, he's hovering over that Baron bit along with no real life that they have to go in now, but they are too far away. This is going to be a Baron, 2nd Baron for ELG. Yeah,
if you lose Valkos there, not being able to use his ultimate in a team fight, then of course there's no way to get into the Baron pit, and Technocrat realizing this, just backing off, saying, hey, look, this is dead, let's just back off, limit our damage. And yeah, now it's up to ELG Sports to contest this gold lead with the Baron. 3k gold difference there still, and there's also a lot of standing towers.
Yeah, there's also a 700 gold bounty on the head of Technocraft, so if they will be able to pick up that kill, that will be a lot more gold to make up for the deficit that they have. But all of a sudden, it is Legacy that are on the defense.
Boxer cast the Diamond Games. Who's Boxer? Joking. Yeah, definitely looking forward to how the rest of this game falls out, because now we actually might have an opportunity for the ELG Sports side to come back. Like, Legacy was in the driving position and still is if you look at a few members, but not everybody. Like, this Valkos is not going to feel so happy being killed twice now by face checking into a bush. So, Daz, please pick up wards. Please ward. Don't blindly check.
Yeah, he has a vision ward on his inventory as well. And the orb as well for long range warding on himself, but
Ooh la la.
he has to be careful because he's already picked up twice in the jungle by Marks, and I'm sure he doesn't want to go for a hat trick.
Yeah, one of us is gonna be here called out to be Boxer. I'm not sure if that was towards you, Greg, or towards me, but we shall find out. Twitch chat always interacting with us. We love the interaction. Keep it up, boys. Now, Scuttlecrab just being taken here by Nevermore on this Nocturne. He himself having a really tough game, if you look at his opponent, the Jarvan here, with 8-0 and 700 gold shutdown. Hasn't managed to die yet. Playing really safe.
Yeah, it's a little bit slowed down as I think both ELG are just waiting for the Mountain Dragon to spawn.
Yeah. It's a bit sad though, because they had the Baron advantage. They haven't sent anyone down there. Like, Syndra has TP, she should be in the bot side taking up the tier 1 at least. And therefore enabling the pressure for the Drake. But their bot lane is pushing towards them. So, yeah, they're just gonna look for another death push, I think.
Yeah, it's a really awkward position because it's really, you can't leave Marks alone to split push, because if there is going to be an engage from Legacy side, Marks has to be there at the very start of it, because he is really the carry force for ELG if they are going to win this game.
Yeah. Ooh, misses.
Well, just poking out, and it is Legacy that forced ELG off the Mountain Dragon, but now they might be thinking of a re-engage. Here comes the ulti, and this is great. It is on to key layer, getting a lot of damage already. The Unforgiven going down. Technograph trying to do as much as he can with the tank that he is, but he finally goes down, and it's an important shutdown code over to Malik. And the second one, as no real life, just gets caught out by a great dark binding.
So the explosive teamfight here pulled actually the trigger by Malik. Ashe just using that ultimate to stun the Caitlyn. I don't know how that Caitlyn was ever in range to be killed.
Yeah, it was such a weird position, because I initially thought it was key layer, but then I was looking again, hold on, that's Caitlyn.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
just a Nocturne following that up, and Syndra didn't even use his ultimate until later on. So yeah, there's definitely a few wrong team fights gone down just now, and that lead that they had early on is literally just gone. There's nothing to be done.
Yeah, picking up the inhibitor turret on the mid lane as well, and now they're the one with the gold lead with 400 gold.
Yeah,
and just completely turned this game around. But it is still within Legacy's game to win if they can get that pick onto Mars, who is really doing that damage. It's Malik is now with he got the shutdown code, so he got a lot of gold to himself, so he can like pick up some crucial items as well. Yeah, just picking up the Mercurial Scimitar.
Just to clarify here for Twitch chat, Greg, are you from the Dane land, from Denmark?
I am absolutely not.
There we go. So we don't have a Danish caster. Sorry to disappoint you if you see a Danish accent. That's quite interesting, but that might be because you don't know where the accent is from.
Yeah, you can tell by me not having a potato in my throat that I am not a Dane.
Okay, a bit of banter coming out here by Greg, but yeah, definitely no Danes on this stream. At least not in the casting position.
There might be some players.
Yeah, there might be some players, even though I know that all the players on CE Legacy side are German.
Alright, well, maybe quarter Danish on the mother side.
Might be.
Yeah.
The Baron about to spawn, 8 seconds left, and vision advantage towards the side of ELG.
Yeah, Winter also pushing up that bottom lane as they're hovering over the Baron. ELG, not this wave, but the next one is gonna get it as Malik a little bit slowed down. They get the kill on the Kako. Malik uses the ulti to get a little bit of distance, but it is not enough. And now there's a root onto Marks now. He's already down. Winter came in with a TP. And that is a 4-man dead on the side of ELG.
This is exactly what we want from Legacy. This is what they need to do. They need to be the one pulling the trigger. If you wait for the enemy to pull the trigger, you're not going to have the wide damage output because you need to be set up to use the Valkyrie's ultimate and the Zyra ultimate. And this was just perfectly done. Nocturne didn't get to ult. Ashe ulted at the very last there. And yeah, Akali didn't get to ult. Not at Syndra. So that's just how this game goes. Whoever pulls the trigger first and hits the right targets. When there's a team fight.
I think with that, Legacy are just having none of it. I think they're gonna finish this game within 2 minutes time. I have a sneaking suspicion as they are pushing up on the inhibitor turret. They're already down. Keylater is pushing up the top lane one. Dark Bunny does connect, but it is on to Technograph, who is so tanky. He'll just happily take one down. And now they're shifting their focus onto the top lane. Paranoid comes through, but it is on to Technograph. Has to immediately back away, so that is now Paranoia basically wasted.
Yeah. Maybe trying to scare them off the tower, but Baron Min is just too strong. Getting that inhib is actually the difference here that we see. Like, we saw ELG with the Baron opening up that mid lane. Well, after the Baron play. But then not getting the inhibitor. Meanwhile, CELC Legacy actually managing to pick up that inhibitor is going to be weighing down with super minions from the mid lane. So that's the big difference here. It's going to impact the map.
Also donating over the rep of 2 Unforgiven, who is just, he's in the background. He is just the moral damage that is gonna come for the team. So might be looking to like this integration. Ray gets drowned out, almost getting the kill on the Winter.
Yeah. No throws happened this game. Well, I think both teams threw a bit at...
Oh, Equalizer
Winter.
From downtown comes through, and there's Technograph. He gets a 2-man Catalysm onto Nevermore and onto Marth. Marth is in the front run. Paranoid gets used, a little bit of darkness. Marth tries to run away, but he won't be able to get it. That's Unforgiven. Shoots down those bullets down.
That's, I think it might be game. Like, there's still Malik and Kakoshi to be standing, but this bot lane is definitely going to be able to hold against the 5 members from Legacy, but luckily they killed Daz on Valkyrs in the process, so it's just going to be 4v2.
Yeah, Malik is just pushing up the mid lane, so I think he knows this game is over. I think he's gonna go steal the Mountain Dragon.
Nice recalling on the ward. So they for sure know that this is one. And with that, boys, we're gonna go to game number 3. Legacy pulling the trigger in the second game, making this a tight series, and we can't be even more excited than this because now we're gonna see in the deciding game what these guys have in mind. Is it gonna be some different compositions? Is it gonna be anything surprising that we haven't seen just yet? Is it gonna be another focus on the top lane? But yeah, Legacy pulling this one out. But at least it's game 3. Yeah, sorry, I was reading Twitch chat, so my brain just shut off for a second there.
Yeah, it's actually both teams already started the lobby, so there is a 1:15 timer. So if you can like get into the third game lobby.
Yeah, we will get into the lobby, just showing the graphs real quick, and then we're gonna hop into that lobby. You guys feel free to invite me. Legacy or whoever has me on their friend list, Winter should be as well. Oh, Grang, perfect. Thank you very much.
And I'm hurt that you didn't even think of me.
I never think of you.
That's the way I like it. Then you never see me coming.
There we go. So, boys, next up is going to be ELG Sports versus C Legacy. ELG back on the blue side here in this game number 3. It's a tight series 1-1, so definitely looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's a winner take all. 2 points to crash either the ELG or Legacy from this game. Is Legacy going to continue their undefeated reign, or is ELG going to pull off a major upset on game 3?
I'll find out. We're waiting for the drafts. Probably assuming it's going to be another Pentakill draft.
Expect so. Both teams have been using it for the last 2 games, so why not why change that for the third game.
Yeah. So ELG Sports, as mentioned before, on the blue side yet again. The second time in the series. Meanwhile, see Legacy on the red side.
Oh, I think yeah, it's the lobby timed out on challenger mode, so it gave an auto win. So need to
Excuse me, I'll look into that real quick while these guys get in here. Oh, they were waiting for stream. Oh, okay. That's why you said there's only so many minutes left. Now I get what you were saying before. Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? Which timer? Oh yeah, they were obviously waiting for the stream because we expected a delay of 3 to 4 minutes. So let me look into matches and then what's already the past matches. Oh
yes, because it gave the last auto.
Okay. Well, where's Legacy sides anyway? Waiting here for Unforgiven. Of course, these guys have an official break allowed of 15 minutes, I believe it is. Or 5 minutes, what was it? I don't know.
It is an amount of minutes.
Yeah, I don't know how much. So we shall see. I'll discard this third lobby. And then it's going to create, hopefully, a new game. But that means we should need to change lobby? Question mark? Yeah. Definitely have to change the lobby, I believe.
Yep.
Yep, there we go. Hello, people. So with that being said, the stream is ready. We're just gonna give those guys a 30-second countdown until we hop into the champion selection. Just yeah, just waiting for these guys to create the Pentakill draft. And then we can be looking at this upcoming game. Very excited to see what these guys are gonna have in mind for the third game.
Yeah,
you go ahead, sorry.
There's the link. Yeah, okay, so on the side of ELG, could be looking at the Rumble ban once again. His key layer was a little bit too comfortable. He was making the plays in the early game and in the late game as well. That's one of parts of the reasons Legacy managed to come back after almost throwing the game.
Yeah, and with that, we're gonna hop into our champion selection, our Pentakill draft, virtual draft here. Of course, this is what they drafted last game, just as a reminder, as we're gonna update this in just a second. You can see definitely the Rumble being picked up here and a lot of top lane focused bans here, so might it be different now? We shall find out in just a second. As the scene should refresh, and there we go. So Legacy seems to be ready.
ELG is ready.
Sorry, they changed sides. Yeah, ELG seems to be ready. Waiting on Legacy here. Bathroom player second. Okay, sure. No worries. You guys have time. As long as we're in the lobby, it should be fine. That's all.
Yep, I mean, they still have...
Yeah, guys, if you want a pause, just to clarify this for Challenger mode, if you guys want to pause about Challenger mode and you don't have any admins around, like let's say you play at 7 and both admins are probably not at home yet, all you can do is literally just get into the lobby, all 5 of your members, both teams, and then the game is going to go to a expanded timer, so that even after the 5 minutes that ran out, you don't get a lobby discarded or you don't get an automatic win for another team. So just make sure all 5 members are in the lobby of your team on both sides, and then the timer will expand to, like, I think it's 3 hours or something you have to finish a game, something like that. So don't worry about that too much. Just make sure everybody's in the lobby, and then Challenger mode won't be a problem, and we don't need to remake lobbies. Now, since these guys take some time and we are on the right scene, I will let you, Grang, alone with the stream for just a second, as I have to check on something real quick, and I'll be back in just a few seconds.
All right, so yeah, as I was saying, so with the speculation coming up for Game 3, obviously I think a Rumble is going to be a high priority ban. coming from ELG Sports is Keylayer just a little bit too comfortable on the champion. Also, maybe you want to stick up with the Ruin ban and possibly even throw out a Jarvan ban because it is Technocraft's most played champion. He is so comfortable on the champion. He can really make those aggressive plays and also the defensive one. So no, I don't think you need to show a little too much focus on to Geisha Unforgiven other than the Heimerdinger, which is that annoying, you could say annoying flex pick that could go literally anywhere. Even Keylayer could just throw his hands into the pot and just like, oh yeah, I wanna have a little bit of a downer myself. Just have some fun times with the champions. But it is something that said ELG. I think they wanna just they had it going on the first game. They were making the early game plays. They got Winter ahead, and Winter was able to transform that into helping the rest of his team to get ahead as well. So either you show a lot of focus on the Winter, throw out a lot of bans against him, maybe get him on champions he's not comfortable playing. I was talking about earlier, the Vladimir was not that impressive on side Winter on the earlier games, but they were on the games that ELG lost against Restore Hope and Big Biceps, I want to say out as from my memory. And here we go. Both teams are throwing out R's. Both teams are ready. So we're gonna get into the virtual draft, and I do hope that it is on your screen. If not, this is an old school radio broadcast. And ELG Sports, they are starting out their banning phase with the Heimerdinger ban still keeping up, benching the Dunger. Legacy responding with the Irelia ban against Winter, has not had a chance to play that on this series at all. Banned in every game so far. And now ELG Sports, they're taking their time. What is going to be their second ban? There's a lot of champions you need to ban out. But what do you feel is a high priority ban? Also, as always, I will have my own opinions, but ELG, they are a little bit more professional on the games that I am, so they're going their own way. They're banning out the Olaf and immediately Legacy respond with an Ornn and Saya ban out, as the Caitlyn was the last ban from ELG Sports. So no more Caitlyn for Unforgiven, but no Saya either for Malik.
Yeah, definitely something.
Ooh, this could be nice bit of flex from the earlier picks, hovering over that Veigar. Could be going to the mid lane. There's a very small chance of even a support. But I do feel that is the mid lane Veigar. I'm not sure if they want to pick that one first.
Maybe it's just a hover to confuse the enemy. We shall see in just a second.
Yeah, just to keep me talking. They want to hear my smooth, Danish sounding voice.
I think he was referring to me though, but I'm not too sure. We shall find out.
No, it is. Veigar is first picked for ELG Sports, and immediately the Vel'Koz is back.
They don't feel like the Vel'Koz was the issue. They feel like the Vel'Koz did just fine on his own, even though he face checked into the Syndra twice. Syndra being up, still good for the Veigar. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's maybe ELG Sports were expecting that Legacy were expecting them to pick up the Syndra, but then throw in a curveball by picking the Veigar instead, but still going with the Vel'Koz. They could have a nice lane, and Senna. That is something that was left open the last two games, the Senna. And also the amount of flex Senna can do. Is it going to be the AD carry? Is it going to be the support? Is this going to be the first time on stream that we're going to get the Senna Lucian lane? Sadly, Saya is banned out, so no lovers duos versus lovers duo. And ELG Sports, they're hovering over that Jarvan, so picking that away from Technograph could be a smart choice. It is also on Nevermore's most champions played. This is actually not I tell a lie. So it is just to pick that one away from Technocraft. And that is locked in for ELG Sports. And now also hovering over the Rumble. They're just taking these champions away from Legacy. They're like, you know what, these champions were a little bit too OP in the last game. You know what, they sound good. Let's pick them bad boys up. Still, though, only hovering. They might be... Yep, it is locked in before I can go into further speculation about that pick. But for the side of Legacy, Vel'Koz, most likely mid lane. Senna, most likely in the bottom lane, so could be looking for perhaps a support, maybe not to give anything away, or they might pick the top lane. Shen was banned in the last games as well against Killager, but now has it open and picks it up before it goes into the second banning round.
Oi, thanks for the follow.
Oh, Legacy starting out a little bit feisty, banning out the Ashe. And ELG Sports are the ones that are banning the Nocturne away. So they might be thinking that, okay, we picked the Jarvan. Oh, so let's not give a chance for Techno to play the Nocturne. That could also be a flex over to Dacier. A little bit less likely as the Vel'Koz is already locked in, but we'll see the Lucian also banned out. So they're thinking like, okay, you're not getting the lover versus lover lane as well. But it is 2 AD carry bans from Legacy on the last bans. What is going to be the last ban coming from ELG Sports? The top lane and the jungle, most like not the support and the jungle, most likely still left to pick for Legacy, so could be looking to ban either one of those from those champion pools. A little bit over halfway there, just taking their time, strategizing what they want to ban, what they also want to pick up as their last 2 picks.
Yeah, just looking at the last ban, here's gonna be Morgana ban. Maybe.
Yeah, still only hovering. It is a support ban, yeah, and that it is. So Senna is not running wild with the black shield on her, so...
And that is if Senna is going to be indeed the ADC, because we have seen Senna support quite a while.
Yeah, that is the role that Riot initially wanted her to, but the lovely League of Legends community is just like, no, she AD carry now.
Yeah, they intended her to be a flex pick on the bot lane, but of course, it was a bit overpowered, so she quickly took the position of ADC. And yeah, with the timer going down, we still have not seen any hover yet whatsoever.
Yeah, and I want to give out anything away. So Legacy is really... They're really putting their eggs in this basket. They want to get a very optimal draft for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. Now, if you look at this, ELG Spots picked away the Jarvan and the Wumble. But we have seen Killa down Shen.
Why? Oh, you tease my heart. You know what? I'm not gonna fall for it.
I mean...
I've been burned too many times. No! Oh, you son of a...
Our cast is always getting trolled here by the legacy players. It's gonna be the Gragas pickup here. Gragas also a playmaker, same as the Jarvan. Then the Wennington actually into the Shen. I think Killida had this matchup already twice and he's pretty fine with it. If it shall be the Wellington, indeed. Maybe yet another playmaker, but they already have the one ball. But it could be one ball.
Yeah, they have a Rumble for the top lane. They have Veigar for the mid lane. So I don't think this Renekton is going to be picked out. I'm dubious on Kulek.
I'm pretty sure this is just them teasing us because they banned out Winter in the second game. But in my opinion, it could still be a Veigar support and Rumble mid lane.
That is a possibility. As well, so much flexing.
And what has Wyatt come to? I remember the good old days.
Oh yes, the good old times when you picked the champion and you knew exactly, okay, that thing is going there.
Yeah. Like already with Twitch jungle was something. Yeah, so it might be actually the flex pick Veigar to the bot side.
Or we see the Jarvan support as well.
True, but I don't think any of the other members are gonna jungle. Or it's gonna be Veigar ADC.
Could be. It's almost like a Heimerdinger to a degree, not all the way, but
mages in the bot lane are not too uncommon.
Yeah. Or the Thresh AD carry.
Pasta Flame, acceptable. Also Veigar bot pointed out here by Twitch chat. I agree, I believe it's gonna be Veigar bot, but they could still be teasing us with the trash. I'll find out as soon as
I see now. There. Oh no, they just okay. Okay, so I was thinking like they're just like hovering that over because of Senna on that team, but no, they just picked it up. So we're gonna get a little bit of a revenge lane on the bottom lane, I wanna say, because there is so much flex.
This is just flexing the famous Deja mid lane Zach. I think a pick his coach never lets him play. For a good reason, in my opinion. It's strong, but it's not what you need in competitive.
I mean, it's like, do you even need a good reason to not pick Zac mid? Yeah, hovering over the graves. It's a jungle possibility. They're
missing a support, but it could be Shen support, it could be Valkyrie support. I've seen even Gragas support. So it could be still a jungler coming up here. Yet to be seen.
Yeah, this is really, it just shows how much both teams are wanting to have a great draft when there's so much speculation, even to the last pick. Ivor now. Is that going to be it? The final...
I call bullshit on this one. Pretty sure they're just gonna look in their support.
One sec. Timer is ticking. No, Rise is a strong one.
And there's a support as called.
Never mind. It is Syra. Okay, so Syra Senna, Vel'Koz mid, Gragas, and Shen top. But this is going to be interesting to see where are those ELG sports champions going to go.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Veigar bot. And then everything is fixed, because then it's just going to be standard top lane, Kled, mid lane, one ball, Jarvan jungle. This is purely trying to take away the Wumble from Killida by banning it and keeping the focus on something else. But then again, I'm not sure why they banned the Morgana on ELG side.
Maybe...
And the Nocturne.
I think they banned out Morgana because they were going for the trash. So just...
Yeah, that I can agree on, but why would you ban the Nocturne if you pick yourself the Jarvan, which seemed to be superior to the Jarvan, to the Nocturne the last game?
Yeah, there is a lot of worthy of speculation on the side, but the picks are coming in, so we're seeing Kled top, Jarvan, jungle, and Rumble mid. So it is a Veigar Thresh bottom lane. Rico is right.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a very range impactful game. So Vel'Koz, Senna have insane range together with Zyra. And I think this is what ELG is gonna suffer from. If they don't get the perfect engage off, they're gonna be missing out on range, because they can just get kited. But then again, they really have a lot of engage, and Rumble is the only one that has long range engage. Or playmaking, I would say. So the Kled ultimate definitely speeding up his team is one thing that helps, but then again, Shen and Graga is really good to disengage, really good to kite, really good to play for your back line.
Yeah, it's also just thinking of team synergy possibilities. It is if the Stand United gets used onto a champion that is in the Wraith form, it doesn't actually show the Stand United, so you could set up some sneaky plays.
Indeed.
So ELG Sports, they're taking a massive gamble by not having that range, really ranged GPS coming up from the team. It's just all this. I think Kled could be the most closest, I would say, to that position. I think Kled can get the most auto attacks off. Yeah, I want to go with Kled.
Yeah. We should having a discussion about pro draft or pentaQ draft. Due to timer, I mean, I'm not too big of a fan of people abusing timer, but then again, in pro draft, you had too many issues of just like last second picking.
Yeah, I'm still calling that was a bug. That was a Teemo pick, and not the Krakas. Because the cyber support was last pick as well, so they were like, oh, damn it, we both that Teemo support pick. Okay, okay, let's just pick a cyber support then. Actually, Teemo support would have been bad on this comp because there is not that range DPS damage from ELG, so Teemo support would have been bad to this one. So kudos for Legacy on not picking that one up. And yes, it has come to the point where I am crediting a team for not picking Teemo support.
That is a very low point in your life. I think you should mark this in your career. But
I'm sorry, low point?
Yes, low point.
That's a high point.
Well, we definitely have different assumptions about Teemo. Yeah, 2 minutes left on the timer. I was just reading up on Twitch chat. But yeah, boys, don't forget to post your screenshots after your games, please. Thank you very much. In the screenshot channel, Team Captain should be taking care of that. And also applying to the rules, we used to have only one virtual draft available. That's going to be pentaQ. Obviously, we are aware of the infinite time. And we're thinking about doing something about that. But yeah. I love how it's not punished either. What do you want to punish, mate?
And also an update on the second game that is played out, Quantum Vortex versus Paralympic Esports. Quantum Vortex were able to bring the series to 1-1, and now that game as well is going to the third game to decide. Is Paralympic Esports gonna be able to pick up their first win, or is Quantum Vortex gonna be moving to a tie with Legacy if they lose this game versus ELG Sports? So once again, on the side of ELG, now they're the one that is gonna be running the triple TP comp. So they are wanting to play this map. I want to see if they can play better than Legacy were able to in the first game, as in not able at all.
It does. Being active in chat, same as sleeping. Actually fun. I mean, We love ourselves some nice drama and banter. And yeah, the coach of Legacy pointing out that all their screenshots have been posted, so we believe him on that one. We will check later. As we head into the nice loading screen in just a few seconds.
Ah, the beauty of it. Best in its glory.
So let me know what you think about the new transition screen. Made it myself. Took one YouTube tutorial, but I think it came out decent.
I mean, YouTube tutorials are great. They get the point.
Yeah.
It's just they could be like a 5 minutes shorter.
YouTube and Google is like substitute for your medicine, for your studies, for basically everything. Like, you don't need a doctor, just Google it. You don't need to study, just Google it. If you don't know how to do something, just look up a YouTube tutorial. This is how the world of today is, but we shall not flame it. We shall be embracing it. Yeah, grateful for it, because they definitely help.
Accepting it as it is.
Okay, like this is pointing out that Legacy has not sent the screenshots right away, but then the admins looked into it and then they did it. So I think that's just giving a warning or like telling them to do it. While in your case, if I'm correct, it's not the first time, and we have been seeing a few teams not respecting order and telling them over and over again, to the point that we just have to apply the rules so that people follow the rules. So punishment due to the not being in order rule is just what we used to do, to be sure.
Yeah.
That everybody
and back into the game. So Legacy are running the scene if ELG want to come for any invades. Ready for it as a team, but it does leave their top side a little bit open if the ELG want to get in for deep ward, and it looks like that is what they are doing with the help of... Okay, they're not. They're just pinging it out that they're most likely here.
I didn't drop a ward whatsoever, so just being careful, scouting a bit. Not seeing a single member on the map, of course, worries you, so you don't want to face check into a 5-man push.
Okay, once again, my spectator client has improved. It was only half a second behind. If only we got game 4, I don't need to like move forwards or anything. But ELG Sports, they did get the deep ward into the raid camp of Technograph, who started on the top side jungle, so of a mirror start from the junglers. And in mid to the winter, it's just coming in. He wants to show the dominance, that he is the master of this lane. And Shen can do a nice bit of damage. With the shield, he can deny a few auto attacks as well.
Yeah. Like I said, Shen is all too confident. I mean, Killer is all too confident on the Shen pick.
Yeah, just a happy little farmers on every lane. I think Marsk is going to have a little bit harder time against the range poke of Dacier. But it all comes down how well Marsk can position himself to deny the poke. But here comes Nevermore. Doesn't get the knock up onto Dacier, but Dacier does get the knock up himself, and it almost turns it onto Nevermore, who is out of mana, so couldn't really get any more damage after the Flag and Drag combo. So Dacier still sits out with his flash. There you go, nice little sidestep of the poke. Nevermore could be looking to get the River Scuttler. Get some bit of a dragon vision himself.
Yeah.
Just happy actually Technograph getting a deep ward himself on the backside of the blue buff. But that just gives out information for Nevermore to go in for the boost buff steal. And I think, yeah, it was Technograph also stole the ELG Sports blue buff as well, so it is blue buffs traded. Well, it is still Nevermore and Kako that are in the jungle. Just get the lantern, steals the Grump, gets the lantern over the wall to steal it away, and they have the vision information on Technograph as well.
So very safe pickup here. We are just literally waiting for anything to happen, quite frankly, because right now it's just the farming away, and with that, I think Legacy's happy because they have the range advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Just as much as Vhagar can scale by getting those Q stacks in, is also Unforgiven. He's also has a little bit of a scaling himself with the Dark Harvest. Also, he has to get a champion low enough health to get proc the Dark Harvest stack in. As when they're still trading, he's about to get dismounted. He's actually very close, sitting up on that health. So I think he got dismounted.
Yeah.
In the end, so Technograph also is looking for the gank onto the top side now that the dismount is there, but he's very close getting mounted back again, and the flash door comes in. Winter uses the flash, but Technograph comes in with the body slam.
Beautifully played by Keyleader here, setting up that gank with the flash taunt, forcing ELG Winter to flash out of range, but then being unable to dodge the E flash from Gragas, but he didn't even use the flash, so he just eat and killed him.
I think he was close on getting mounted, as there's a root coming up, but then, yeah, nice gauge. Just to keep Zyra away from getting the root damage in as well. Good, already using the teleport to get back in the lane, whereas Keylayer has you opted for the more healthier way of just running back to lane, getting fit while doing so. And it is back to farming. It's both teams. They are now already adjusted from the first two games of a little bit more explosive games, and now it is more about the macro. It's actually pinging on to Dacier.
Yep.
I think he realizes that Winter was missing from the top lane and just immediately went down the river towards his own jungler. It just shows that how aware both teams are right now of the map movements. Keylayer still just to get the taunt, gets a nice bit of damage, and Winter can't really trade that damage back.
And like I said, Shen is really comfort pick for Keyleader here. He seems to be establishing that right away, showing this man what's up. As he got bullied early on in the first game with the Ornn versus Kale. Yeah, Kale it was.
Yeah, yes.
Then second game, he had easier time as he got sit by Jarvan, but then also destroyed him on top lane, and now he's dominating on Shen, more passive jungle top laner, and showing that he might be the king of the top lane.
Yeah, Winter actually moving towards the mid lane. There comes the Jars, but the Stand United gets used right away. The Jars actually goes all the wrong way as humanly possible. So that is basically an ultimate wasted.
Well, you got a Drake in return, so...
I think they were getting that anyway.
It's okay, well, it's a bit of action.
Winter wanted to get that pinch maneuver from the members on the Dragon Pit. And there's the Nevermore Catalysm, an immediate flash over the wall by Unforgiven, and even goes into the Wraith Form just to make sure no auto attacks will come through. But he just has that kit where he can just sustain in lane by getting that Q proc. throws out the E, does not actually connect.
Nonetheless, this was still a flash used on Unforgiven, so it's a good gank here by Nevermore. Establishing dominance.
Yeah, Marks has it's not suffering as much as possible. He's keeping up. He's almost 15 CS behind as Keylayer once again just jumps in, gets a dismount. So this good signal for a gank from Technocraft. There are no wards for Winter, but he's looking for the gank onto the middle, onto Marks. Oh, but the barrel goes wrong way away from the disintegration ray.
Yeah.
And Satu just a misplay. Just unfortunate.
I mean, it happens. It's fine. Yeah, the question in chat is, who got the Drake? I'm pretty sure ELG picked that up.
Yeah, Malik picked up the dragon. So ELG Sports with the first dragon.
And it was a good question. Which Drake? We don't know. Technical is not bay. Nothing to post. Blah blah blah.
I think Cloud. I wanna say.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I think it was a Cloud Drake, but we're not sure. We shall see. Again, waiting for Wyatt to update the spectator. I mean observer.
Oh, Malik actually getting very low. The Cyber and the Ignite actually gets the kill. Yes, Unforgiven was able to get assist on that one. So I think that was also a Dark Harvest stack that they got off it. And Keylayer goes in with the taunt, gets the dismount. But Nevermore is not too far away. So Keylayer has to be careful not to engage too hard on that as he is coming in for a gank. And there's the TP onto the mid lane. They want this kill onto Unforgiven, who is all alone. Box gets used, and it is Malik who cleans up the kill. And now Nevermore, he wants this gank. Oh, the Catalysm, but the dash goes right through. But the bear trap is enough for Winter to pick up the kill.
That was very unlucky there. Beautiful flash out of range, but then Winter still had his ultimate back up. The power of Klett. And that's gonna give them a Herald, which might shift the gold advantage to theirs, because with the Herald you can get some plating. Still 3 minutes on these left.
I'm gonna have to see where that would be best used. I think for now, Nevermore is happy to just pick that one up.
Yeah.
And look for the options.
I'm pretty sure it's best used in the mid lane. You want to give that Rumble some gold, but then again, you can't really capitalize on it as every team still has 5 platings, so not a single tower has been touched too much.
No,
Hashtag stay safe as a tower.
Yeah, just a little bit of a tickle monsters on the rift. Yeah. Just tickling those turrets.
Again, boys, this is game 3, the deciding game, so we are excited actually for ELG Sports and see Legacy facing off and battling it out.
Ooh, Dacier over the wall. He wants this combo and the life disintegration raise too. So much damage and the true damage burns. And he burns. And Marks is down.
Finally getting that kill. Escaped him once. No, he's dead. What is the next dragon? The next dragon is going to be a wind dragon. That you can see on the screen on the bottom right. Mr. Love Notes in Twitch chat. And Unforgiven just disengaging here. Beautifully with his W. But yeah.
And there's the glacial augmentation power of Veigar showing on the bottom lane. Does get Zyra only to have help, but the Primordial Burst was still available, but not low enough health to pick up that kill.
I mean, this option of Veigar is still doing damage, but not as much as Luden's or tier build. It's more like a kite and annoying champion. Ooh.
Oh, great barrel from Techno, but what can he get on it? Nevermore actually comes in with a Catalysm, and the Equalizer is a little bit off. Doesn't get it onto anyone, really. And it is ELG Sports that have to disengage from that one. Winter does get dismounted.
Ooh, didn't get ulted by Veigar. Lucky to be alive.
Yeah, Dacier does not have live disintegration rate available quite yet. There was a sneaky attempt over the wall to get the dragon still, but the Cloud Dragon does go over.
Oh, and yet another Ocean Drake transforming the map.
Oh, here comes the disintegration ray. I think it was a little bit too optimistic about that one.
Is forcing him out of lane, so it's not too bad. And we see a lot of low health bars overall, so Senna, sadly, ultimate is not up, but it shall not matter as everybody resets, and we just go separate ways. So, still that Herald in the pockets of the Jarvan, even though the Drake went over to the Sea Legacy side.
Yeah, and the third blade in has just fallen, so now we're getting an optimal use out of the first Herald. But can still use it for the first tower gold. If they are able to pick it up.
Yeah, but I think it's gone, obviously.
And with the Ocean Dragon, a little bit more honey fruits coming up, so a little bit more health for those junglers.
I mean, I like the Ocean Drake the most, but I think it's also the most broken Drake, because if you get 5 of them, like, let's say the enemy team picks up the first 2 Drakes.
Oh, Mars again! Oh, just not enough damage. Real life actually came out from the bottom lane, but this Geyser.
Q from downtown. Velkos saying, look at my angles. I am a Spazzy fan and I got you. Shout out to CG Spazzy.
It is, if there is a champion that is as anonymous with angles, it is Velkos. The master of geography.
Geometry.
But that too, but it's still the same thing as Nevermore. He wanted to get in. George also gets used by Winter, but again, it's nowhere near. Flash gets used by Nevermore just to secure the kill.
That was a lot of resources put into that kill. I mean, yes, it's nice, but you're gonna leave your bot lane tower open. Geographic shape, my head. Yeah, Twitch chat is not liking you anymore. I think he will just kill this guy real quick. There we go.
Yeah.
He's gonna now hope to survive. Too late of the Sun ultimate.
Yeah, just the kill give over to the Veigar, the scaling champion of this one. Hook does connect, and the box slow comes down. What is Keyway going to do? Is just gonna flash over the cage of stun.
Yeah, I'm getting too many messages about geography comment, but it's fine. So the first tower gonna be picked up here by the blue side, so bottom side's able to be defended by the Wumble showing up in time. There's picking up that kill on the Jarvan. There's Technocrat picking up that kill on the Jarvan here, making that one an even trade, but then in the end dying himself and offering the enemy team a tower, which now in return picked up some gold. But gold leads still in the advantage of Sea Legacy, and if you look at gold overall, we can see on the bottom side in your standings right now that in the top lane we have a quite even matchup, just 100 gold difference. Then in the jungle we're gonna have a 500 gold advantage towards the Jarvan, and basically the rest is, yeah, the rest is in favor of Legacy. No, never mind. Veigar is ahead of Senna, and Velkos is ahead of the Rumble. And that shall be it. Anyone wanted M&Ms? Yes, a love note. Please give me an M&Ms. Twitch chat always love these. Now, team had picked up here in the top side from ELG Winter on the Clad, being a pushing power. Meanwhile, the more defensive build from the Shen.
Yeah, picking up this. Yep, some Fire Cape with the Ninja Tappy as well for Keylayer. So he is feeling that he can dash with Winter. On the top lane, Technograph hovering over the top lane as well. What? The ward does spot him out, so I don't think there is gonna be a gank pressure from that right now. There's actually Kako is moving towards the top lane, hovering over the Herald, not going back.
Definitely just some hovers going on here by the junglers. The junglers have been very proactive, I must say. Like, Jarvan was quite a few times in the mid lane and in the top lane, and so was the Gorgas. So definitely something. Ooh.
Oh,
Speaking of junglers.
How many times have we seen this? Geysir got out by a member of ELG in the brush. It is a gift that keeps on giving as Unforgiven. Ludwig God now gets done down by the case, but the Stand Unite shield is so strong, and as well, the ultimate going over. Keylayer is able to pick up the kill on the Kako. Now chasing over to Malik. Has no flash, but uses the gauge. Keylayer just going over, as meanwhile the blue team ELG was able to pick up the Ocean Dragon, and Malik is the sacrificial lamb. The shutdown goes over to Unforgiven.
That's a good fight in the end for Sea Legacy, making it still a 1000 gold lead in their advantage, and with the second Rift Herald on the map and TP used by Valkos, that's gonna be an easy pickup. Oh, now turning towards the Kled, who's just gonna use his E-mobility to run away. You know how bushes work, they kill you, don't face check, don't do this. Instead, No Life does it and forces out the flash.
Yeah, that root can really lead to a lot more damage from Legacy. But now the Heralds are even, one for both teams.
Yeah, we shall see how these guys utilize this immense pushing power that they have in their hands right now, in the hands of Technocrat to be precise. Now, back to this top lane, I think Klad's just gonna look to base as he has a tiny amount of gold, 900 gold in his pockets. Never mind, stop this recall.
Nice seeing that Keylayer was thinking about pushing that wave in, so it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna pick it up myself. Doesn't have charge or flash available, so he would be vulnerable for a gank if one was to come from Technocrat.
Yeah, and they just spotted the Jarvan in the topside river, so they know he's there. Yeah, Low Life having the wound that gives you every 10 minutes a bit more AP. Realizing he's a carry as well. Zyra just insanely strong in that support position.
Yeah, I think he's one of those silent carries really that you don't expect to do a lot of damage, but then you see the after game details and it's just like, okay, you did the second most damage of our team. All of a sudden. But yeah, Technocrat hovering over that gank on the Winter does not have anything available to get him away, but instead chooses to recall. Just a poor timing as Winter came in toward the dry brush.
No Life needs some appreciation. Nice touch shot indeed. The support of Legacy hasn't died yet, so some appreciation is that, as Trash is gonna predict the taunts.
Nice hook comes out.
And the Sen ultimates yet again, too late.
Yeah, I think it's forgetting that it has that why not time, so you have to use it as soon as you see that dive happening. But now they could zone out ELG from this turret. I think Herald is still hasn't been popped by Technocraft. But Mars is moving up the river, could be looking for a 4-man equalizer if one was to come down, but chooses not to and just go back to farming on the bottom lane.
Yeah. So now with these kills being picked up, that's gonna give a slight edge to the ELG sports sides here. They does center Q damage towers? Yes, it does indeed, Kelly. Oh, Twitch is already answering you. And yeah, so Zyra has his shutdown available. Only one who hasn't died yet. 2-0 in his lane. Is it the true carry? Is Senna the support? Who knows?
Well, you know the answer is yes.
Did Zyra steal that buff? No, I think he got it, but we will look at Zyra just to... Yeah, okay, just to confirm.
No.
Gargas got the buff, because it looks like Zyra got that one with his plans.
I was like, no.
Going over to the jungler as it should be. Fuck mid laners. Sorry, I was saying junglers are the best. Now, Rumble clearing that vision here, and Kilada respecting that his tower is down. So he's waiting for the wave to come to him, seeing also the Jarvan and the Trash moving up to him. Having a deja vu with the top lane gank just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, already we're seeing in this game 3 that both teams are playing so cautiously.
Yeah,
I think the gold lead is the most even it's been out of this entire series with just a 1k lead.
Yeah, it's way more ELG. About vision wards and vision fights, Jesus, than anything else. And these guys just want to really make sure that they have an advantage in whatever team fight is gonna break out. So Yeah.
Alright, and Herald gets used on the bottom lane, so that is slowly gonna come in and push that in. ELG members are pushed away from it, so it might be able to get a proc off as a life disintegration ray comes down. And the Senna, it just doesn't, I don't think it quit with the damage.
Oh, he's
but
still
the
dead.
bulk arcane comet comes through from the sky and he smashes the little Veigar down.
That was actually great coordination by Senna and Vel'Koz. Senna using the orb there to spot the Veigar, and Vel'Koz just sniping him out of oblivion.
Is there gonna be a steal? No, Jarvan tries it, but he won't be able to get it. He gets away with the lantern. A great coordination from ELG members, but it just was not enough to get the steal.
Yeah. And a pinging missing on Baron, and ELG Sports is pinging danger on Baron, so we might see a Baron attempt, or at least, how you say, a setup for some place.
TP gets used by Veigar to just get to the mid lane faster, so he'll be able to be there for the Baron play if one was to happen, but Legacy just back away from it.
Yeah, just establishing some vision, making sure they're back. They don't have anything in their inventory anymore. They used all of their defensive vision clearing utensils, and now they're gonna look to pick up some new pink wards. As I said, that Zyra's already picked up 2. No, Gregor's not. Yeah, Gregor's doesn't have the space in his inventory to pick up a pink ward, so that's definitely something you're gonna be sad about.
Yeah, poor Chungoin.
Jarvan has the space, so 2 pink wards in his inventory, and these guys actually realize how important vision is. This is the difference between watching a diamond game to Masters game. Crap is dodging. To like the gold, platinum, and silver leagues we have casted in the past. Even with you, Gwang, I believe. You two have casted some of them.
I do believe so. As I had many games on my casting career so far, so I have to apologize for not remembering it off straight off top of my head.
See, this is my co-caster. He loves me so much he doesn't remember me. Anyways, moving on. We see still this little back and forth here, just getting vision behind the Baron pit from the blue side out.
This actually Twin Shadows gets used by the Vel'Koz actually picking that slowing item away, but the Twin Shadow gets used right back, and a great knockup, actually almost able to pick up the kill, and Unforgiven, he's gonna get the kill on to Kako, but a great equalizer, is burning on so many members of Legacy, but Killager will be able to get the kill on to Winter, and now looking for more. It is 3 for 1 trade, only the support falling from Legacy's side.
Yeah, that was a great team fight for Legacy. They reacted really fast there on a really great engage actually from the ELG side. But it shall not matter.
Malik a little bit got out as he pays with his life. And now this is looking like it is a Baron.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be the 3 Baron here. No contest whatsoever, as Umber Ultimate is not available and Trash is definitely not going to do something about this. But yeah, props to Daz there flashing correctly and putting down the E in the right spot as the enemy team rushed in with the Klett ultimate.
Yes, actually they're not taking it down as fast as they would imagine. ELG is already there. Is there gonna be a steal coming in? Who's gonna get it? Wow. It is Trish out of all members that is gonna pick up the kill onto the Baron. And ELG once again have the Baron. They picked up 1 kill on the Unforgiven. Mars goes over the wall, uses the stopwatch just to buy himself time, and it saves his life.
That's the second time ELG steals a Baron from CE Legacy. These guys were really not too happy about this one. I believe his smite was down, I'm not sure. We would have to check the vault here, but that's the second time Baron's gone picked up by ELG. But the last time this happened, they also lost the game, so...
Yeah, I think Technocraft just mistimed his smite. It was on cooldown on it, so it definitely got used on the Baron. But it was just, they were taking down the Baron so slowly that ELG were able to respawn and walk all the way from base and contest the Baron and getting the steal. Kako the hero.
Yeah. I'm I don't know. This game could go either way at this point. I think like there's a lot of standing gold, a lot of towers to be picked up on the red side. But if they don't do that, the gold's gonna slowly shift into the side of ELG, and ELG has a scaling potential that is unmatched. So the competition gets harder, tougher. Legacy was stomping too hard. Yeah, I guess so. You could say that, but yeah, in my opinion, the groups are still really close. Like there's still a lot to be done. But it's also props to ELG here, like making this one work.
Yeah. Couldn't give enough props for ELG because the amount of fight they are showing against Legacy is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Like don't forget, Legacy is undefeated yet, I believe, in series at least, not in games. Yep. So in total matches they're undefeated. They've won every best of 3, but they haven't won every game. With that being said, ELG coming close to taking them down is already mad respectful. And definitely showing that this team is also very strong and maybe has been a bit unlucky in their last games. Especially in the O2 week from just the one before this. Now it seems like the Baron buff isn't gonna be utilized besides free Drake. That's it.
Yeah, it is Nevermore that's really showing up on this game. He has almost a 50 CS lead over his counterpart of Technocraft. And he's just getting those kills. He got 3 kills and he's given out 2 assists as well. So Technocraft really be Nevermore. Sorry, I'm so used to seeing Technocraft on the Jarvan, but it is Nevermore that's really been making the place for his team to be able to be part of this game.
But what's interesting is the difference in builds, like Technocrat being
obviously the one. Once again, Winter, little bit got out, but has the building mobility.
Yeah, as you were saying. Sorry. Technocrat being the one that used to play this Jarvan quite a lot, so being the one that obviously perfected the build for each situation, opted for a way more tankier build than Nevermore's opting on this Jarvan, but we shall see if it doesn't change in the future. Of course, Jarvan, in my opinion, is best built tank after you have like 1 or 2 AD items. A jungle item being the perfect one for that, as it's really cheap and efficient.
So once again, the game has slowed down as I think ELG is just happy to wait for those neutral objectives to come back on and then contest.
Yeah, I mean the Vega and the Rumble are going to be key factor here, damage-wise, and then engaging-wise it's going to be Kled and Jarvan unkillable, who's going to dive your team, and it's up to the Shen, the Valkyrs and the Gragas and the Zyra to use their CC so that they all survive.
Okay, great point here. As ELG with the Baron still are able to come back in the lead in gold wise with over 2.5.
2.5, something around there.
Yep. Around that mark. So despite being 5 kills down, it's really that Nevermore's farm. He's so far ahead of Gragas that he's bringing out the money. Also, Veigar closing in on the flame horizon, if I remember the term correctly, of almost 100 CS ahead of Unforgiven.
Yeah, but then again, Unforgiven is just stacking souls. He doesn't really care about CS too much, even though this is the guy that used to be the most. He used to have the most CS in every game he played. Kind of switched his style more to teamfight oriented, which is a welcoming style in my opinion because it helps the team.
And both teams, they are just sniffing each other out, not wanting to get got out. Killager on the bottom lane, as there is a 2-man split of Marks and Winter on the top and bottom lane. So it is for Legacy to get the pick either onto the solo laners, and they are chasing down onto Marks.
The issue here, my opinion, is that Daz on Valkyrus has that teleport, but is going to be unable to sustain or stay alive in the sideline on his own, because ELG just seems to be better at collapsing and roaming.
Oh, live disintegration rate comes through, and it got Malik very low. He used the flash and the ulti of Senna, but it doesn't actually clip him. So that is now 2 big ultimates down from Legacy as they are moving towards this Baron. Wanna get the vision on to their side. Marks is still behind the Baron bit a little bit. They're pinging out that he should just push the wave. He sees the 4 members are on the mid lane, so he goes back to the top lane as Keylighter almost gets called out by the flag and drag. But Marks, he is pushing down that top lane, uncontested so far. As Winter, he's engaging a little bit.
That's
nice
cage.
Nice cage, that zones almost every member of Legacy away, and there's the taunt, but the Lantern over the wall, and Winter, a little bit caught out. There's the TP for Mars, he's coming down, wait for that equalizer to come through, and it is raining down so much damage, and it is Nevermore, just Catalysm damage on, and Legacy, they're in big trouble, can they get back in it? Dacer goes down, already 3 members down, looking for K-Rider now, only Techno surviving on the 10-1, they don't even get a kill back, and now they're looking for TP onto the top lane, they might want to push this out, this might even be game.
There's 2 mages still alive here, Zyra and the Gragas. We're holding the door, but this might be very well the game.
Oh, but bad route from real life, and Winter just sees the opportunity and just destroys real life where he stands. And now there's 5 members of ELG on the top lane. They got the inhibitor. Now they're looking for the Nexus turret. He's taking so much damage. Stun Gauge comes up from Veigar. It zones out so much. First Nexus turret goes down. Senna is back alive. He's trying to do damage he can. Only clipping 1 with the ultimate. Gragas is so low. Gets hooked out. He's dead. And Unforgiven as well. And all of a sudden, ELG Sports destroy the streak of CE Legacy.
CE Legacy finally taking down in the 3rd week of the TG Diamond League by ELG Sports. That's our first contesters being successful and taking them down. And that's gonna be game number 3, going over to ELG Sports and winning them the series. Now, we gonna be looking towards a nice little interview. I'm interested in seeing that one. As we look quickly at the stats. The amount of throws in this series reminds you of solo queue. Yeah, Twitch chat, you're gonna have your chance to banter around in the interview. Prepare yourselves, prepare your typings. Now, if we look at this gold-wise, obviously a huge advantage on this Veigar is just getting away. 3k golded over his opponent in the league. And then damage-wise, Vel'Koz damage actually really high. Together with the Zyra damage, both are damaging the whole enemy team, but still doesn't manage to win.
No, it really all came down to that last team fight. It was going so well for Legacy until Mars came down with the 3-man equalizer on the entrance to the river, and then the Catalysm as well. It just did so much damage to the crucial carries, and it just won them the game.
Indeed, and I think that's definitely the game-winning factor here. And yes, interview indeed. Somebody, please. Now let's see if there's anybody who's interested in excuse me, in doing an interview. We would like anybody from the part of Legacy or the part of ELG to step up and join our beautiful waiting lounge. And there's already 2 people. We got Winter himself and Linus from the ELG lineup. And with that, I will welcome both of you to the streaming lounge. Hello.
Hello.
Well, seeing you guys defeat Legacy here live on stream must feel great. Especially if you're in the shoes of Winter. Man, you had incredible 2 games out of this series, disregarding the mid game. So
Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
if you don't talk about the second game, but yeah, definitely the first game you bullied that Kale out of the lane. So what was your first conception of that first game? That's what I'm really interested in. You saw this first game, you saw those 3 scaling champions and 3 carries, and you basically just relied on carrying with your Nocturne at on.
Basically, like they had 3 scaling champions, but we also had Cass and I think it was Zion Rakan bot lane. So both of them scale really well into the mid game and kind of late game. But together with the Ornn items, I think it's like even better. Like yes, they have scaling, but we also have good scaling with even with the items. Even though my fucking teammates didn't build any items for the upgrade for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I realized that later on that Zaya didn't build an Infinity Edge, so you couldn't upgrade her item. And same for Cassiopeia. But yeah, so basically the first game was pretty one-sided in my opinion, and you managed to pick that one up. But then again, in the 2 following games, you guys both managed to do something really incredible. You managed to steal away every Baron that you could have stolen. So how did that happen? How were you so confident, especially on the trash, for example, to pick up that Baron in this last game?
I mean, personally, I was very surprised that Thresh picked up the Baron out of everyone, to be honest. Like, sure, Thresh, like, empowered auto attack deals a lot of damage, but I didn't expect it to, like, auto damage everyone else in the entire game.
Yeah, we were definitely as surprised as you on this stream. But yeah, let me see if maybe the chat has a few questions for you, as we're gonna hop into one very deciding factor indeed, the last game. So this last game you picked this Vega bot lane. Who actually made that call and why?
I mean, I guess we saw that they were banning out like our comfortable 80 carries like Ashe and
no, they were banning me, dude.
I mean, they were banning you, but like they were also banning like our 80 carries, and we just like kind of figured that we could have teamfight control with Veigar. It also took away a lot of their bans because they didn't expect it. It was the surprise factor.
Yeah. Just to clarify, Linus, so that these guys on chat know who you are in the game, what is your summoner name?
My name is Nevermore.
Okay, just to be precise for the Twitch chat so that you know who to direct the questions for. So now we have the jungler here and the top laner Winter.
Yes.
Both in our chat. How many games on Klett has this Inter guy played? Okay, I think he misspelled, he missed the W there, but that is a very interesting, there you go, Winter, he corrected himself. So how many games have you played on Klett is the question towards you.
I think I've played around 5 games on Klett in total.
Okay, so 5 games in your whole career or 5 games recently?
5 games in my entire league career, I think.
Damn, that's actually impressive, I must say. Well, you didn't do quite so well in the beginning, because Shen is obviously pretty hard to deal with that Grasp of Undying, but then in the end you had the crucial engagers. And yet another question here for the jungler maybe. When is Kakoshi, I can't really say the name, gonna be main jungler? So is there some lineup changes?
Good question, because I haven't heard about this at all.
Okay.
Personally.
I think it's better because he picked up the Baron, so both the junglers failed. At least the Trash managed to pick it up.
Yeah, probably. I mean, yeah.
True. His 5 games on Klett is almost as impressive as my total 3 games on Nocturne. Interesting. Okay. Moving on. One crucial thing I was interested in in every draft we have seen so far is like, you guys seem to be, both of you actually, like both teams managed to pick up some flexible picks everywhere. Like you got us pretty, I don't know, confused at some point. We were like not sure, is this a Vega mid lane, is this a Vega top lane, then the Rumble, and then in the other games you had so many flex picks as well until the last second where it wasn't all too clear. So are you guys aware of like maybe an interview we had earlier last week about Legacy being that drafting powerhouse, and you guys prepared especially well for it, or is it just your normal everyday strategy how to draft?
Honestly, I can answer that for you.
Yeah, go for it.
We have intentionally been brewing up some drafts, like to shake up this entire I think everyone is like going this very straightforward drafts with not many well, as far as I'm concerned or saw, not many people are like experimenting with special picks, like for example Syndra or like any mages bot lane or like tanks mid. That
Pretty
kind of stuff.
traditional.
Yeah, it's pretty traditional. So we wanted to like shake up the tournament with like, or catch them off guard pretty much, and focus banning, like you saw in the third game. They banned 2 ADCs, I believe, Ashe and Lucian. So they wasted 2 bans on that because they thought Faker was mid. So that's very good.
Yeah, so basically being out-drafting power here. And then we got a few questions here from chat. Let me just look at this. Better stealing. Would you be interested? Okay, we're not going to ask that one as he's not here. What is your opinion about Dr. Mundo mid? Is another question here. So seeing as your mid lane is not here, maybe you guys can answer for this guy.
Honestly, I think Marcel can play anything mid and make it work. Like, he's played Garen mid, he's played like.
I mean, in solo queue, he mained more or less Garen mid lane. So I mean, he could probably pull off.
So where was the Garen Yumi? Come on, boys! I wanted to see that one.
I mean, it's our mid laner. I don't know if we can swap our supports to be mid lane supports.
Who knows? Questions for both. How do you feel about the standings now? Actually, that's a really good question, as I'm going to swap over to the standings really quick so you guys have the updated version.
Wait, I actually need to see. I think we're very, very extremely happy with this win because like we had a very deep and low slump on our team the last two games in the tournament, but I think now that we've refreshed our team, figured out the mistakes, and tried our best to fix them, I think we're in here with like the new powerhouse, and I think we'll be pretty good now that we've fixed most of our mistakes.
You definitely established something new, which was the win after your 0-2 loss last week. So coming back from that loss, actually a crucial question here: how is your mental? Were you guys like having internal issues? Were you guys having like discussions? Were you like reorienting, or were you just like, okay, that was an unlucky week? Obviously we didn't see all the games, so we can't say it. That's why we're asking you guys, did you just reset mental? We're like, new week, new us, or like we have to change something for next week?
I think mostly we had a lot of trouble communicating, and just our draft in general was also very questionable.
It was pretty one-sided. It felt like we chose one thing to go for, and we didn't look at the enemy. We just looked at ourselves, and that's pretty bad to do.
Yeah, and as we saw this time, you adapted your draft accordingly, and I think you drafted very, very well. This was one of the most interesting drafts I've seen, especially in game 2. Yeah, however, you dropped game 2, surprisingly, I must say, but then you had a comeback in the mid game. I don't know if you remember, where you like won a team fight really well, fast and really dominating. Now, was that like, hey guys, we can 2-0 them now, and is that what led to your demise in the end, or was it basically just the enemy team being too far ahead?
No. We had insanely bad communication.
Yeah, if you want me to take this one, I can explain the last part of it at least.
Go ahead.
All right, so I mean, we obviously came back.
Just explain it in general.
Of course. I mean, like we were having a comeback, but then I don't know what happened. For some reason, we started being a little bit quiet, and we didn't like pull the trigger and play it correctly there at the end. It was just a little bit of everywhere. Sorry.
Yeah. We were the one that was supposed to pull the trigger. We were supposed to fight on our grounds and actually do a 5v5 fight instead of a, like you saw, I got caught by the Valkas and then Rebel ult, and then we got caught also. So I think we just had mispositions, miscommunications, and we just fell apart as a team. Really, we weren't focused. We just lost it, and yeah, we should have focused, and that led to our loss.
Well, definitely still happy to see. Caitlyn was banned, lost, lol. Okay, I think that's enough for you guys. I'm gonna let you have the hook. You had just 3 hours of games, so that was exhausting, both for you guys and for us. Obviously, we didn't play, but we had to cast. Grang, anything to add, my friend? You still with me?
He's asleep.
No, not really. I think you handled it pretty. You covered all the bases.
Okay, then with that, boys, I'm gonna let you off the leash. You guys can head out. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for answering our questions, and welcome to the winning part. I mean, this is gonna be an exciting round. I think you guys both will be looking forward to your next games, and maybe the standings are gonna change up quite a bit now that you guys have been victorious.
All right. I guess I will see you tomorrow.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Okay, boys, thanks for joining us on our journey on today's games. It was a win, it was a loss, it was a win. In the end, Legacy stands defeated and ELG stands victorious. With that being said, boys, don't forget to drop a like, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Just do it, boys, especially on Twitch, YouTube, and of course on our Mixer page. All of these are connected, so if you follow, you will see an awesome little alert on your screen. Besides that, we also should be mentioning that we have a webpage. It's going to be connectingesports.com, and we have a Facebook, an Instagram, and a Twitter. So follow us on all social media. We appreciate it a lot, and it's going to help us to grow. And in return, we're going to help you guys to get exposure and, of course, better pricing for the winnings. Now, with a last look at our standings, with Legacy still in first place after today's loss, Quantum Vortex with tied points on the second place, and then Easter Hope and ELG Spots sharing third and fourth place, same points, both of them. And then followed up by Big Biceps, Washed Up Kids on 5th and 6th with 4 points. And the last one is going to be Justice with 2 points and Paralympic Esports with 0 points. Yet to be winning. Now, with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching. I had a pleasant time casting this one and watching this one together with Gwang, who's still here with me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, also had a great old time, you know, making an ass out of myself. So it was a success in my books.
Yeah, and you definitely learned today about geometry and geography, both of them to being two different things. We shall teach you after what is what. With that being said, boys, I will be heading into the ending screen and hope you had a blast, because we had one. And with that being said, boys, good night and good luck on the Rift.
Why you gotta go and let me down like that, hey, down like that, oh why you go and let me down like that, hey, down like, I was nothing but loyal to you right from the start, you changed up on me as soon as things would get it hard, I've only seen it like a spider's being in the dark, and you let me down like that, yeah, down like that, oh
yeah, I want that knockdown. Fuck up the system, make it shut down. I'm cold with this. Slow man down like Freezer. Wanna backstab like Freezer. Dictate death like Caesar. Always come through with a beat. Gotta do a lot of trouble me. Visionary still want tunnel me. Me the unit that will chuckle me. Devilish views when they're aiming at the prophet. I meant to pain to you nothing. Remember what I said when that pussy tried moving with the ops. Like bad with the blocks, nigga.
Why you gotta go and let me down like that, hey, down like that, oh why you go and let me down like that, hey, down like, I was nothing but loyal to you right from the start, you changed up on me as soon as things would get it hard, I've always seen it like a spider's being in the dark, and you let me down.
It's the biggest in the game.
Yeah, down like that,
Phantoms in my yard, so ring around the rose. Hardest on the block, the biggest one to boast. Helicopter pad, the home run Sammy Sosa. Still in all the bases, I'm the ladies' token. Bitches always bad and on to blow the budgets. Meek was at the crib, so double him the subject. Condo got 3 levels, Postmate all the lunches. Flipping all the kilos, keeping all the grudges. Boss.
Ain't no more letdowns unless the top can drop. I love it at the top, my concierge don't never stop me. You know I fuck with Ross, I even went and bought the block, $100 million strong. I really came from selling Ross. Championship belt, them VVS is spark. Still a hit the gas and get out on the narcs. Killers move for free, I just can't pick a cost. Put the drip on market, took it to the charge. Now I'm rocking with the biggest, and I'm fucking with the boss. I'm out.
Why you gotta go and let me down like that, hey, down like that, oh why you go and let me down like that, hey, down like